of your ESPN screen. And then keep in mind, we will wrestle off right until we find somebody to win 7th place, which is an All-American, so is 8th place as well. We'll also wrestle for 5th place and 3rd place before tonight's championship. So on the outside mats, 1 and 4, that'll be the people that are still in the wrestlebacks. And they still have that dream. I think, Jordan, you talked a lot about it yesterday. They still have that dream coming out of there with the bronze medal.
Yeah, absolutely. When you come into this tournament, you are trying to find a way to have your best perspective and best finish. Sarah, you talked about this yesterday. Look at the arm bar being run on mat number 3. Wow. That's extremely tight. Look at the smile on her face.
She knows it's here, semifinals, the finals in sight, and there it is.
Too easy.
Valerie Solario with the fall early in the first period.
We talked yesterday about being an X factor on top. 39 seconds in, a single takedown. And immediately transitions into our arm bar. Right to the fall. Watch this here, deep tight waist with the right hand, runs the bar with the left, and watch how she comes and blocks the far shoulder and just runs hips. Immense amount of pressure from Solario, and look at the smile. She even throws a peace sign in there because she knows she's moving on to the finals. Great job. Iowa getting started early here in the semifinal.
Solario, the 2 seed, beat Jean-Baptiste, then beat Ramirez, and then beat Pendergrass. Now to make her way to tonight's championship match.
On mat 2, we have the number 1 seed, Heather Kroll, who's up 2-0 a minute into the first period. I don't know if it was like this for you, Jordan, but semifinals was always my biggest hurdle. It was kind of that match. If I could just get over and get to the finals, I felt like I could trust myself, but really struggled with the psychological side of the semifinal.
Yeah, it's really difficult, Sarah. I understand exactly where you're at. The stakes are much higher in the semifinals, or at least it's presumed that way, because there's no safety net waiting for you underneath. You know, at least if you make it to the final, you got a guaranteed medal, but in the semifinal, you still need at least one more win in order to secure your place on the podium at the senior level. And so this is a tough matchup. You've got your opponent that you're potentially gonna see in the next round wrestling right next to you. So you know, if you're Kroll or Sahagan and you're looking at the match next to you, it's already an empty mat. That match is already over. Solorio's resting and recovering. Probably got herself a Gatorade and a granola bar right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Prepping for this evening, and you've still got a lot of work to do. 2-2 criteria with 1 minute left in the first period here.
The score on mat 2.
Kroll with a really beautiful double attempt, but Sahagan defends and spins around. No points there, but now she finds herself, Kroll finds herself with a carry attempt.
And working hard for the finish there to no avail. Great defense. Blown back to their feet, 24 seconds left. This was always, for me, Sarah, a time where I wanted to try to score at the end of the period.
Especially here with it's tied. You want to go up, have a little cushion, at least in the score by a point. Kroll here especially, she's losing on criteria, so it'd be really, really beneficial and helpful to just sneak one in right before the period ends.
Especially knowing that you're going to get a 30-second recovery immediately after your sprint. It looks like both of these ladies have decided to get some rest early. They'll head to their corners and get some adjustments and encouragement from their coaches.
So Avila from North Central as a 5 seed does win to advance from mat 4. Meanwhile, over on mat 1, Ramirez and Zuninga still going at it. Zuninga, the number 3 seed, and the only part that incompleted the chalk is Pendergrass upsetting Zuninga. But Pendergrass falling quickly to Solorio. I want to go back to Solorio. She was good yesterday, but did not seem to be everything that we thought she would be, and she showed it this morning. She's all about it.
Some wrestlers are just gamers. The higher the stakes climb, the more they're ready to wrestle, and you're going to see the best version of them, and you can tell she was fired up this morning.
And Sahagan holding the lead by criteria 2-2. 30 seconds off the clock here in the second period. This is one of those moments within a match where the referee, because of the lack of action, will start to get involved. Start to see her motion to a wrestler, saying, hey, let's get some things started. Let's see some action. There's a first passivity call on Grand Valley State's athlete. Cruel being the aggressor here.
So we got 110 action going on mat 4 with Gomez and Tedesco.
Here's Kroll again with that double.
And running her feet, running the feet. Sahagan wisely turns down to avoid giving up the 4-point exposure, but a takedown anyway for Cruel. And I love Cruel's style of wrestling. She's gritty,
She is.
just tough, determined, not a super flashy style. Is willing to get her hands dirty, get her face in there. Also gets the additional point from the shot clock, making the score 5-2.
Sarah, with 125 remaining in this matchup, give us a quick breakdown on exposure, because obviously that's a key word in women's wrestling.
Oh, big throw here by Sahagan. Looking for the fall. That right there is a good example of exposure, feet to back.
And so for a split second there, you see the referee motion for a fall, almost as if it was a touch fall, an immediate pin. After the landing, it was waved off by the side official. Cruel looks to be injured here.
She hit hard. That was a massive throw. Definitely some airtime there.
Watch the steps around and wham, plants her belly to belly. And what grit and toughness to fight off of her back, to be aware in that moment where she's in obvious pain and continue to fight off the exposure attempt in that moment.
You know, Kroll comes in with such impressive credentials, but you can tell it's that, you know, look, we're ending the season, right? And these bodies are beat up. We have seen that from Kroll, I feel like, this weekend.
So this could take some time here. It looks like initially I thought she landed on her back and maybe hurt her ribs, but because of the fact that she was walked and escorted off of the mat, it looks like it, okay, all right. It's typically something you see with concussion protocol. The word is that she's potentially switching headgears, and she'll return back to the mat shortly. Sahagan stays on the mat, staying focused as she waits for her opponent to return.
Look at Ramirez taking the lead on Zuninga.
These wrestle back matches here on the sides on mat 1 and 4. Still fighting back for All-American spot in their All-American status, and definitely exciting. just full of heart and grit on those matches.
It's a big comeback. Zuninga had a big lead.
And 15 seconds left. Zuniga's gonna try to get her motor running in this last 10 and see if she can put a point on the board. But the 2-on-1 from Ramirez is proving too much. Counter offense to finish. And she keeps moving on the backside. Everyone wrestling that we see here today has already earned their spot on the podium. The question is going to be where.
So Ramirez, the 7 seed, will move on, and the 3 seed Zuninga is done. Still waiting on Kroll to see who will take on Iowa's Solorio tonight in the 103 championship game. Reminding you that Mat 2 and Mat 3 will be our semifinal matchups. So we look at 117 on Mat 3 as Kroll's coming back out with the new headgear is the way we understand it.
Lots of time there for both wrestlers to reset, calm down, catch their breath. And we still have a really tight match here with a minute left of wrestling.
So Kroll back out there.
Kroll is going to need a takedown. A push out won't do it. And she gets it.
And she's looking for the Turk. She's got the far elbow. Here, Sarah, turn could be huge here. Whoa, and gives up a reversal. So we've got 1 point for the reversal, which gives Sahagin back the lead by criteria by way of the 4-point throw. It's 7-7, Sahagin in the lead, 18 seconds left.
Kroll's really trying to look for the turn. She just loosens up, makes it a little light. Sahagin keeps on wrestling, finds a really much needed reversal, puts her back in the lead. Kroll's gonna need to come really hard and fast here, find a takedown or a push out.
Sahagin, a former NAIA
Oh.
All-American. Wow.
Really good stuff. What a match by Sahagin. Takes out the #1 seed. A beautiful throw. And that's the difference, and it gets her to the National Championships finals.
And never wavered in her belief. Even when Kroll walked off the mat, went to the back, got a new headgear, she stayed focused, gave up a takedown, immediately got a reversal, but that single point was all she needed to win by criteria. 7-7 victory as she heads to the national finals this evening.
What a great shot of the 4 seed, Rayana Sahagin, who now at 17-5 will face Solorio. That's big on team points because McKendree loses, doesn't get any team points, and Iowa picks up big team points.
And you saw the Iowa fans on their feet immediately after that match. They're rooting for not only the Iowa Hawkeye wrestlers, but everyone who's wrestling against McKendree.
All right, so Mat 1 and Mat 4. Mat 1, 110 consolation. Mat 4, 117 consolation, with still eyes on potentially that bronze medal.
Here on Mat 2, Audrey Jimenez and Nyla Valencia wrestling in the semifinals at 110. I'm really, really looking forward to this match. They both have experience wrestling with senior level wrestlers. Obviously, Audrey is on the senior world team, has been in the past. You're gonna see very technical match here. I'm really looking forward to seeing what plays out.
Remember, Valencia won by criteria over Tedesco of McKendree. That's another big swing in that matchup.
And Audrey Jimenez has been on fire this tournament thus far. She came in to the weekend 20-0. Dump attempt, but counter offense from Valencia
gets the takedown. Audrey was just relentless, looking from attack to attack to attack. Valencia stayed calm, just sort of floated it into that counterattack there.
And that's the first points of the tournament that Jimenez has given up. She's outscored her opponents 20-0 in her previous 2 matches this weekend. And Valencia strikes first, taking a 2-0 lead, minute and 45 remaining in the first period.
So Jordan and Sarah, I can tell you they already know who they're going to face, as Deerwester was a DQ for Presbyterian. So Mortimer, who's so good from Grand Valley State, will wrestle tonight.
Yes, Sage Mortimer, she is absolutely electric wrestler. Whoever she has tonight in the finals, it will be a dynamite match.
And that is why you are not seeing any wrestlers on mat 3, as mat 2 and mat 3 will be our semifinals all morning long into the early afternoon. And so if, for instance, in this case, Deerwester with the DQ, we'll wait until we know who Mortimer is going to face. So, and they'll always keep the weight classes together. So right now we know we're at 110.
Here's the thing about Jimenez. She is so, so good on top. She just needs one takedown, and this match could go from very, very tight to being over in just a few seconds. But Valencia doing a great job defending these attacks by Audrey. If she can, Valencia can just keep this good position, keep the pressure, she's looking at closing out this period in the lead.
And Valencia being very calculated with her attempts here this match. Jimenez has obviously been the aggressor, looking for attacks, getting to the front headlock position, missed on the first dump attempt. But if you're Valencia, there's only a matter of time before Jimenez is able to penetrate your defense. You're going to need to find a way to put additional points on the board. You can't shut down this early within the match.
Jimenez 20-0 on the season, but trailing 2-0 to the Hawkeyes Valencia.
There's a warning on Nyla Valencia for some action. A big caution right before the end of the first period. Could look to go into the second period being on the clock relatively quickly.
And Jimenez now is pushing the pace. You can see she's amplified her output and just slowly chipping away, trying to find a way to get through the defense of Valencia, but posture is just too strong. 0 points for the Mountain Hawk in that first period. We're not used to seeing that, Sarah.
Not at all. That is a huge win alone for Nyla Valencia to keep her scoreless. She knows she can do this. She knows she can shut down this vicious offense from Audrey Jimenez. That's a great thing to carry into the rest of this match. With that said, she can't shut down yet. 3 minutes of wrestling is so long. You see wrestlers try to protect a lead for way too long, and it costs them in the end. She needs to still be thinking, how can I get another point on the board without taking any crazy risks?
If you're Jimenez, you come out in the second period and you're immediately pushing the pace. You see the referee officials start to signal to the blue wrestler, action. Looks like there's going to be a passivity call soon. Valencia will be put on a 30-second shot clock. Well, she'll have 30 seconds to score or else concede a penalty point to Jimenez.
Jimenez actually beat Ava Bayless for Iowa, the 2024 national champ, in the regular season. It says a lot about Valencia. I mean, at Iowa, I mean, the wrestle-offs are every bit as good as the actual meets.
Valencia on the clock here, about halfway through, needs to score or Audrey will be awarded a point. Here's Audrey looking for the takedown and gets it.
And not only will she get the 2 for the takedown, she'll also get the additional point runs her out of bounds. White paddled by the officials. No push out there. And if you're Jimenez, you've got to keep the pace high. If you're Valencia, you've got to get your offense going. Now you're behind. You got to throw your strategy and tactics out of the window.
Audrey's opening it up here, finds another takedown. She has lots of mat space to get to work on top.
And gathering those legs, she's got her leg lace.
She's so good here, always finds it. And just like that, she was losing going into the second period. We have a tech fall.
Steady, just steady through it all.
Unfazed, you could just see her. She's working very diligently, trying multiple attacks, still unfazed by the fact that they weren't working right away. But sometimes that happens. You have to massage your opponent into your attacks, into your setups in the first period, so you can find them in the second. And here you see she has that great leg lace. She's known for it. It's pretty much a sealed deal every time she locks it up. Finds the tech fall, on to the national finals.
So the 110 national final is set with Jimenez out of Lehigh and Mortimer out of Grand Valley State. Mortimer gets the DQ from Deer Western, so she'll rest all day. Does that make a difference?
You know, there's some things to it. You get to rest all day. You don't have to have that match off the scale. She's fueling up, things like that. But sometimes it's nice also to get kind of a match in the morning. So I think regardless, it's good. Both wrestlers know what's on the line tonight, and they're going to come out firing.
All right, coming up is 117 as McKendree and Iowa will go head-to-head as Yu Sakamoto from McKendree, the 1 seed, will take on the 5 seed from Iowa, Brianna Gonzalez. And in the other match, it'll be Central's Riley Rayome taking on Turnwall out of Emmanuel, who has represented themselves well in these 2 days for the NCAA Women's Wrestling Championships.
I'm really excited for this match on mat 2, Sakamoto and Gonzalez. Sakamoto, the #1 seed, just really solid wrestling, pretty straightforward all weekend. Gonzalez with a gutsy performance in the quarters. Looking forward to this matchup.
Whoa, wow, what a snap down. And we watched Gonzalez yesterday, gutsy performance in the quarterfinals over Calumet of Delaware State. Found herself behind big, mounted a comeback. Sakamoto is just moving extremely well. Look at the speed, pawing the head, in and out with her fakes. She's a very powerful wrestler, disciplined stance. And this is the first of 2 head-to-head matchups between McKendree and Iowa that we'll see this morning. Oh, beautiful.
Crafty.
Ankle pick. Stepped inside. Held the foot in place with her own foot. Inside reach. That was beautiful technique from Sakamoto, who may have injured herself in that sequence.
Her arm was caught between those legs. I wonder if it just got a little tweaked.
And watch this, steps inside, blocks the foot, picks it with her left hand. Takes out the leg from underneath of Gonzalez and finishes the takedown. Great technique from Sakamoto. She gets tended to by her training staff. Turnwall of Emmanuel, mat #3, holds a 2-0 lead over Rayome of North Central. North Central slowly trying to find their way back and punch their ticket to have their first finalists.
Sakamoto and Gonzalez actually met in last year's, not their finals, but didn't meet in the tournament. Sakamoto won that one.
Gonzalez still staying in the fight here.
Rayom on mat 3 gets a takedown to tie it, but has a turn locked up.
It's got the leg lace, Sarah.
These leg laces, they're so lethal.
There's so much action happening on both mats. 4-point headlock. Feet to back exposure for Gonzalez. Narrows the lead to 2 points here. And this arena is getting loud.
Brianna Gonzalez with a gorgeous throw. Sakamoto stays calm, rolls through, and comes back on top.
Rayom from Central and Turnwall from Emmanuel.
Oh, that's nice. Feet to back again for Sakamoto. She keeps the leg Turk. You see the official signaling to Gonzalez to let go of the wrist of Sakamoto. She elevates the leg, looking for an additional turn.
That's great defense there by Gonzalez. Those leg Turks and turns are so difficult to defend once they're there.
And Gonzalez always the first back to the center.
I love it. She's ready to go. If she got the takedown, if she got taken down, back to the center, next position. Lots of points in the first period here down on mat 2 as they go into the break.
You see over on mat 1, Cooper from Lehigh, the 6th seed, falling to Anderson as Anderson continues her kind of underdog run, representing Presbyterian, a program, Jordan, that you commented on yesterday.
Yeah, Anderson had the unfortunate luck of drawing Yu Sakamoto in her very first match. It was tech-falled and dropped down to the wrestlebacks and has since rattled off 3 straight wins in a row and is looking to complete the Ironman task of 6 straight victories to finish bronze. Here, she continues her quest.
.103 semifinals, done and dusted. 110, same thing. Now, we look to see who will make tonight's championship match at 117 here on mats 2 and 3. The consolation rounds continue to roll on mats 1 and 4, the bottom of your ESPN screen. Don't forget, you can follow each of these mats individually as well through the ESPN Plus app. Just stay right on the mat that you want with your special wrestler.
Sakamoto laboring a little bit. Gonzalez starting to elevate the pace. As you can see, Sakamoto taking a break on the edge of the mat. Hands on knees, bent over. This is the psychological battle we talk about, Sarah, where Gonzalez now pushing the pace.
Gonzalez knows she has to go. She has 2 minutes left in the mat. Still some points to make up here. Looks like she's game to get it done.
Iowa's always been a program that prided themselves on their conditioning and their gas tank, their ability to wrestle a complete 6 minutes. Down 5 points, but obviously looks like she has snatched back the momentum and slowly trying to chip away at the lead of Sakamoto.
That momentum is everything. Both wrestlers can feel it. And the aggressor smells blood. It can change very quickly. Here's Bree looking for a takedown. But Sakamoto's resilient.
What's interesting, you talked about Anderson's run through the wrestlebacks. She will face the loser of this match. Anderson beat Cooper, little plug here, Harley Hiller, who is going to be a phenom for Iowa Also B. Cooper.
Match. Oh.
Another headlock. 4-point match, 53 seconds. Gonzalez back to the center, ready to wrestle. Sakamoto taking her time.
The crowd is loud. They want her back in the center of the mat. A point
Additional
awarded.
point.
Gonzalez has proven herself to be able to throw and go big. But Sakamoto finds a beautiful takedown with exposure.
2 and an additional 2, 17-10.
Major upset on 3 as Turnwall was undefeated. And Rayom with a 12-2 win. Rayom, we talked about that personality she's got. She will wrestle for a 117-pound national championship.
How exciting. Just a really controlled, awesome match. She found some turns, found her takedowns. Really never too stressed there. Gonzalez going to need to go big, look for the fall here. As crazy of back and forth matches as felt, Sakamoto actually having a 7-point lead. The score seems misleading in the way these girls have been trading punches.
And now Sakamoto looking a little more energized to finish up this match. Mobile, dynamic. Another headlock attempt. White paddled by all officials. 5 seconds left in this match. Gonzalez continues to wrestle.
And she does it. This is the best she's looked all tournament. And really, I think it's the quality of her opponent has just raised her up even more. Gets it done in an exciting fashion and on to the finals tonight.
All right, congratulations to Rayom handing Turnwall her first defeat of the season. You mentioned that pressure of the semifinals, particularly coming in undefeated, but it's Rayom, North Central representing. They'll take on McKendree and Sakamoto. All right, so now we move to the 124 semifinals. It'll be Sterner from North Central. Sterner came into this 26-1. She'll take on Moore from McKendree. Remember, all 10 wrestlers from McKendree advance to today's championship Saturday. And then in the other one, it'll be XMP as Moda Pettis will take on out of CMU, Loriana Piestewa, Colorado Mesa. You got a better take on that last name?
Yeah, Piestewa, no, she's the 7th seed coming in, so she's out-wrestled where the stats have put her. Incredible tournament. She has a challenger in front of her, though, with Sochi Moda Pettis. And here on mat 2, I'm really looking forward to this Sarah Sterner versus Shelby Moore. Shelby Moore is just very disciplined wrestler, position, takes her time, really seems unrushed, unbothered. Sarah Sterner is just electric. She's gonna go, fire off attacks. These two styles could clash in a way, and I'm not sure whose it's gonna favor.
Nice sweep single by Moore, but the powerful hips of Sarah Sterner shuts down the single leg attempt as she works for the gut wrench on top. And we know a little bit about Moore's single leg. We've been able to see it a little bit more in her quarterfinal win over Blasco, which was a tightly contested match until an injury hindered Blasco and allowed for Moore to open up her style a little bit. And Moda Pettis with a trap arm gut on mat number 3. One more turn makes it 10-0.
She's got a phenomenal gut wrench, trapped arm gut. Really, really difficult to do anything once that arm's trapped.
And Sarah, how much, whoa! 4-point move for more, feet to back on Sterner. Sarah, how much do matchups matter in wrestling? I think oftentimes we see, well, this was a 1-point match the round before, this person didn't look good, and then all of a sudden.
Here's on mat 2 again, Shelby Morris, 4 points. She was looking to go back in the single. The defense of Sarah Sterner just kind of took her right over. Just an error on her part, ended up giving up 4 instead of maybe 2. But yeah, those matchups, Jordan, they can be everything, and sometimes a little misleading. You're looking for a style that kind of just fits with yours and opens up your wrestling, and it can really just take a match that maybe people are expecting to be close and just get exploded.
Yeah, and a contrast of body types here, with Sterner being a little shorter, more compact and powerful, and Moore being a little taller and leaner. Wow.
Acrobats over there from Sarah Sterner to find a takedown.
Misdirection, hop over, almost flying squirrel-esque from Sterner. Ties the score. Watch here, runs right, runs back to the left side. Almost cartwheels over. He's breakdancing on Moore's back to get the takedown.
I told you these lady wrestlers, we like to dance. I'm interested to see if Moore will make an adjustment. She's 3 times now gone to the single leg, and that time Sterner read it and was able to convert her own points. Is she going to continue to come back out here still looking for that single leg, or are we going to see her get a little more multidimensional, start finding other attacks?
Oh, she's going to need to put some more points on the board in this second period if she wants to ensure victory. Sterner seems to have been the aggressor during the first period. I believe some passivity calls we'll probably start to see a bit soon.
Mona Pettis will wait the winner of this one at 124. Just get you caught up real quick on the consolation brackets, as Ramirez did beat Zaninga, and Avila won at 103. At 110, Sybil will face Valencia, and Tedesco won, as she'll face Deerwester unless Deerwester continues to DQ. Nope, Deerwester's already DQ'd, so Tedesco will wrestle for the bronze. And then at 117, Zanerski beat Herman. She'll face Turnwall, and Anderson will face Gonzalez, as we wait to see who will face XMP.
And Shelby Moore back to that single leg that she's done a really good job of utilizing this weekend. And look at how she's gathering the legs with her knees. Good shoulder pressure beneath the butt of Sterner. Just misses out on the leg lace as they head back to their feet.
There's nothing more frustrating than that. When you feel the turn is right there, you almost have it, and they defend it right at the last second. It's actually very exhausting, that top wrestler, looking for those turns.
Whoa, arm spin attempt. Creates some action. Sterner looking for the go behind.
Wow, Shelby Moore defending that. I thought Sterner was gonna get it. Sneaks her arm in to defend it last second.
That's what you call being stingy. Those little sequences are helpful. In preventing your opponent from building momentum, and Sterner is just coming forward. More pushing shoulders, controlling position. Another arm spin attempt.
Moore doing a great job defending that cheap go behind, keeping that arm there. Moore in on the single now. She's determined on that shot. It's proven to work all tournament.
North Central fans
Moore gonna get one on the push out. That's a nice point to have.
That is, as both wrestlers take a moment to recover. The referee signaling to blood time for Shelby Moore of McKendree. Down on mat number 4. Maybe one of my favorite wrestlers of the tournament. Has done such an extraordinary job of creating a name for herself. Cassia Zamet, only with a single loss by a point to the second seed at 131, Aubrey Kraser of Lehigh, with a big lead, 6-0 in period number 2 of her consolation match. Both our semifinalists head back to the center and restart the action.
Yeah, Zamet, another one of those big personality wrestlers. Jordan Burroughs picked her out early and she's delivered. Wouldn't be surprised to see her try to get a bronze.
Sterner's really throwing everything she's got at her. She's running left, running right. She's looking to go trunk whizzer, belly tip, all the things.
Moore just hanging on that leg.
Moore's got to keep wrestling here.
You can see Moore starting to kind of back up, allowing Sterner to take mat space. Not only is that physically exhausting, somebody coming at you, but psychologically it starts to wear on you. You see them coming for you. It's scary.
Nice sweep single.
Great timing on that shot.
Again, just holding on. If she just tries to finish, she'd take a 5-point lead. Now she gets to her feet. Look at her peer at the clock.
Quick check. She knows she has this in reach. Just has to be smart here. 3 seconds. She does it. Big win. Really quality wrestling by Shelby Moore. Oh, her eye just gushing blood. The picture of a warrior. That single leg, Jordan, it just keeps working. She's found it every single match, never really had to deviate from it. Got it done.
A little bit of blood, but huge for team standings. Major points for McKendree.
Moore is a champion. Another gutsy performance. Really wise, packs a lot of power of her own. And that sweep single has been effective all weekend. Helps her punch her ticket into the finals this evening.
Maybe that Jordan Burroughs head wrap gave her a little extra power.
That's it. When you start bleeding, all of a sudden it just triggers something within you, your primal instincts. You're like, all right, it's time. I'm not wrestling unless I'm bleeding.
Just a little cleanup. Chloe Deerwester at 110. It was a medical issue that forced her out of her matchup against Mortimer, and she is done. That means Tedesco is in that third place match. Do want to tell you that Ford out of King and Blasco out of Grand Valley State won in their wrestleback, so they're just one match away from the third place match at 124 as we get ready to bring you 131 semifinals. And it'll be Gearin from McKendree, one of the top wrestlers here, taking on Mazden on mat 2. And then mat 3 will be Janiak from Aurora taking on Kraser from Lehigh.
Oh, Janiak with a single leg finish falls right into the leg lace. She's got to continue to drive her feet. And that is extremely tight. As you mentioned yesterday, Sarah, sometimes the first lace is the hardest one to get.
Once you can get over that hump of the first fight and battle, they come easy after that. I am really excited down here for mat 3, Alexis Janiak and Aubrey Kraser. Janiak, very fast, precise shooting. Kraser just steady in her stance, keeps great positioning. I love Janiak's low single shot that leads right into that lace, that kind of front lace that's so deadly.
Sarah, Kraser and Janiak did wrestle early in the season. Kraser won that match 5-1.
Kraser undefeated on the season, 24-0. And now she's down 4-0 early in the first. Janiak has come to wrestle.
Nice little boot scoot takedown there.
And if you're McKendry's coaching staff, you should probably pull up a lazy boy. Couch, sit it right in the corner. They've got 9 in the semifinals. And they don't really have to go far.
Sweet takedown, feet to back by Cam Greer, #1 seed on mat 2.
That was Helen Marula's-esque.
It really was, just beautiful.
2-on-1 to the foot sweep. Far wrist and bar.
You get mat 1, Brooks from Iowa taking on Garcia from Emmanuel.
Great match here on mat 1 between Brooks and Garcia. Brooks, who is the 4 seed, held a lead in her quarterfinal over Mazden, who we're watching here from Mount Union, excuse me, before being pinned. Has done her duty on the backside and continues to push further into the tournament.
Janiak with the 4-0 lead over Krazer.
Let's see what happened down on mat 2. Big bridge attempt. It looks like it was her shoulder, but they're back in action. And Cam Guerin gets straight to it, but big counter attempt on Guerin's go behind.
Oh, she's in trouble. She's got to bail here, which she wisely does. Gets to her belly. Mazden, rejuvenated after that short break, comes out firing. But Guerin looks like she's got a point to prove. She's wrestling with a chip on her shoulder.
She really is. You can tell she's out there. She's demanding.
Watch the speed that she comes out of this break with. Constantly moving her feet.
I'll tell you what.
Whoa, that's 2.
They go 4.
To red in return. And she's got a deep half Nelson. Mazden able to fight to her belly.
Looks like the refs on the table only awarded 2 for blue for Mazden.
Which should be an additional 2. The score is currently showing 8-2. It should be, I believe, 8-4.
Looks like the refs are going to bring it in, get it right. Still 4-0 on mat 3 for Janiak. Krazer going to need to find some offense, get some points on the board. She keeps good position, but needs to eventually take a risk, depart from that safety of good stance, and find an attack.
Look at her turn and face. She's got the chest wrap, exposes Guerin, but in turn, is exposed herself. Referee calls 2 points blue and also 2 points red.
That was really well done by Cam Guerin defending that. Not really giving up any big points, wrestling it through and scoring a lot more for herself.
Both Guerin and Krazer undefeated. Meanwhile, Janiak with just 1 loss on the season, and it was to Krazer.
Looks like it's 8-2. The refs are keeping it. 30 seconds to go.
Oh, that's how?
How?
There's no way that could have not been an additional 2 points for Mazden there with the chest wrap exposure. Took Guerin hand to hand. Already had a takedown or exposure on the board.
Yeah, it did look to me, definitely 2 points.
And a takedown on mat number 1 with less than 10 seconds. Garcia takes the 1-point lead over Brooks of Iowa. Coach is holding the brick. They're gonna try to give their wrestler a chance to earn it on her own.
She's gotta dig deep here.
Whizzer kick attempt. She's gonna run out of time.
That's a big win for Janita Garcia. Lexi Janiak on mat 3.
What a performance. Are you kidding me?
Avenges her loss to Aubrey Krazer. Does it when you need to do it.
Okay, good. I'm glad that they've updated the score here, Sarah. We see now, we look back at the scoreboard. It's actually 6-4. Okay, now 8-4, 2-2. The match continues. Lots of stoppages here already in the first period. Very intense match.
The winner of this matchup will face Alexis Janiak, who gives Krazer her first loss of the season and advances to tonight's championship round.
Guerin says no problem. She comes back out firing, gets a takedown at the end of period, goes up 10-4.
She's really finding those takedowns at will. Moving great.
I don't know how Iowa's going to catch McKendree right now. As I look at these matchups, and McKendree's winning them all. They've already punched a few tickets to head to the finals.
Yeah, and they still have lots more ahead of them to just keep racking it up.
McKendree with a wrestler in every weight class, 9 of them on the upper side of the bracket. Still got a long ways to go here on mat 2, but eventually we'll get to 138 where Lang, the 1 seed from Grand Valley State, will take on Luft from Iowa, and then it'll be Jaffe from McKendree taking on DeCunha, who we heard from in the Open. That's what's coming up, 138 semifinals.
Cam Guerin with a tech fall. Mazen gave her everything she had. She was coming, she threw a lot at her, but Cam Guerin's too experienced. She's got it. Back to the national finals. She's no stranger there, has won this tournament many, many times, and trying to cap off her collegiate career tonight with another title.
All right, so I teased it already. We moved to 138. Mat 2 will be Lang from Grand Valley State. Comes in at the #1 seed, only 1 loss at the season, taking on Luft from Iowa, who came in at 20-6. And she had 1 pin and then a 4-1 win over Espinoza. On mat 3 will be Jaffe from McKendree, the 3 seed. Came in at 23-4, taking on DeCunha from North Central. And DeCunha started this tournament with a 14-2 record. Reminding all of you, mat 2 and mat 3 will be the semifinals for every weight class, and they will do it side by side. You guys talked about that yesterday when you're wrestling and you've got the lead and you kind of peek over to see, hey, who am I going to face tonight for an NCAA championship?
Yeah, it's something, you know, it starts back in the tunnel. You'll be standing in the tunnel right there next to the person you're about to wrestle and the other 2 people you could possibly be wrestled. There's lots of tension and energy in that. The nerves are flying. walk out to the mat, you're just trying to stay focused on the second that you're in.
So are either of you two tunnel talkers?
Oh, heck no. I'm a tunnel dancer, or usually singing to everyone's despair.
Jordan, just straight focus?
Yeah, I was never a guy who said a whole lot leading up into a match. I didn't want to talk. I rarely smiled. I wasn't having a good time. I was locked in and focused with my headphones on, listening to my music, getting myself ready to go take care of business. There's so many great wrestlers in this tournament, Sarah. I think a lot about looking at these matches on the outside. You know, our focus and attention is on the semifinalists, but there's some young ladies here that are some incredible competitors and great wrestlers. Madeline Kubicki on mat 1 of Presbyterian has been another young lady I've been impressed with this entire tournament.
Yeah, there's great wrestling on every single mat, every single match. It's really, really cool to see.
Good skills, clingy, solid on top. Look at her work for that leg lace.
Iowa fans getting excited for Lily Luft on mat 2, who gets the first points of the match to go ahead of #1 seed, Katarina Lang.
Tacuno takes the lead on Jaffe on mat 3.
Beautiful gut wrench, arch gut wrench there by Tacuno. We saw the feature on this morning. She's got the deep arm bar, looking for another set of exposure points here. Continues to walk her hips. Oh, man.
She gets the 2. This is a crazy defense.
That's so tight. And somehow Jaffe finds her way out. Tacuno still with the leg split. Can look low leg cradle here.
She's got that body Turk. This could be match over if she can just manage to come up. She decides to take her exposure points.
Wow. What a great feel in that sequence. She just kept finding a way to continuously add to her point total. No matter where Jaffe was, she found a way to win the position.
Tacuno just 2 away from punching her ticket to tonight's championship match at 138.
She gets it with the exposure point. Jaffe just trying to get points on the board. Tacuno takes her over for some exposure. We do have a challenge brick out there, though.
Look at the Central fans. Well, of course, you don't see them on your screen, but right across from us in our broadcast spot, you commented on them yesterday, Jordan. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're the loudest in the entire building. They've occupied an entire section of the arena, and they've even got matching shirts for both days. It was white with the red letters, Fear the Bird. Today it's red shirts, white letters. So they're unified, organized, and they've got themselves a national finalist potentially on mat number 3.
Fear the Bird. I fear it. On mat 1 and mat 4. Hey, mat 1, one of our favorites as well. I do want to point out, Jordan, because you were all about her as well, as Kubicki won. Kubicki won at 145 from Presbyterian.
There's been a few young ladies that I've noticed in this tournament that are really good in positions, exceptional skills. As Tacuno gets her victory confirmed, she moves on to the finals. And Kubicki was one of them. Submit, Calumet. There's a few young ladies that I've seen that even though they're not at the top of the podium in their weight classes, they caught my eye and attention.
Back on mat 2, Katie Lang has regain the lead 4-3.
Katie Lang won titles in 23 and 25 and is seeking to close out her college career with a three-time national champion. She, by the way, did beat DeGugno, a 24 national champion, when Lang redshirted in the regional finals to earn the top seed.
Nice sweep single attempt there by Luft. Heavy hips from Lang.
Lang's so tall and lanky. Luft is going to need a little more than just a straight-in shot to find the finish, especially with just 45 seconds left in the match. She's going to need to string together multiple attempts.
And Sarah, when someone was significantly taller than me, which you probably can't identify with because you were always the tallest in your weight class, I was one of the shorter guys at 74 and 79 kilos. I always wanted to get them underneath of me. Taller athletes always had a capacity to just absorb your attack.
Yes.
Float their hips off, get to chest wraps and crotch lifts. So I always wanted to close the gap, look to snap them underneath, and use my speed for go-behinds.
Katie's using that length exactly that way. Just absorbing all those attacks from Luft.
Uh-oh, gets to the double, drives her feet, but runs out of time.
That's why she's the #1 seed. She wins a tight one. Great work defending those double attempts from Luft. Was down in the beginning of the match, stayed cool and composed, and finds the win.
And this round has not been kind to Iowa here.
More effects on the team race. They're already coming in a little behind and in the disadvantage with the least amount of wrestlers compared to McKendree. But let's see if Reese Laramendi of Iowa coming on to mat 2 can help them out.
Hits the inside single, reaches double, but again, the length just too much as the clock expires there for Lily Luft.
All right, so Lang and DeGugno will meet tonight in the 138 national championship match as we move to 145. Laramendi from Iowa, your 1 seed, taking on Zotnicki. And here you go. This is the second matchup that you talked about directly with Iowa and McKendree in a semifinal. And it'll be Obermark from Simpson, who's also had a great crowd, taking on Mir from Central on mat 3. This is for 145, the semifinals underway.
Laramendi right away already looking for a fall.
Laramendi is extraordinary. Just extremely consistent. She's the first of the trifecta group. We've got Laramendi at 145, Kennedy Blades at 160, and then at 180 pounds, of course, Kylie Welker for Iowa. Back to back to back, all undefeated. Laramendi's been one of the most impressive wrestlers of the weekend. 2 tech falls in her first 2 matches, and undefeated at 35-0 during the season. Just a physical presence, committed to a style of wrestling. Grit, toughness, big gas tank, quality, skills, and technique, and extremely determined wrestler.
Got Nikki here though, looking for a cradle. Gets a push-out point.
Puts herself on the board.
Big lead for Collier, 160 over on mat 1, consolation at 160 pounds.
Bellamere on mat 3 with another takedown to go ahead, 4-0, looking for a turn now.
Look at how she uses her knees to try to scoop up that ankle. She may have missed it now.
A little loose there, but she's not going to be denied.
Still finds a way. A second set.
She wins it.
So Mir will wrestle for a 145-pound women's national championship tonight.
Hey, I love it. That lace was anything but perfect, but she didn't care. She ripped it, wins the whole match with it.
You know what else, Sarah? Fear the bird.
Fear the bird, absolutely.
Laramendi's pace is slow just a little bit here. Reverse lock. Oh, she's looking. Thought she was going for a spladle for a second there.
Those reverse locks are a little funky sometimes. It's tempting to try and squeeze your way out or convert for points. Best maybe just to sit there, settle, stay heavy, bring yourself back up on your feet.
Waiting to find out who will join Mir in the 145 national championship match. Meanwhile, 160 wrestlers are already out. They're going to have to wait, but that'll include Blades from Iowa, who is undefeated on the season, taking on Steigler from King, and then Ballblitz in the other semifinal on mat 3, taking on Gomez from McKendree. But we still need to find a winner here with Laramendi and Scott Nicky.
Let's see if Scott Nicky can convert some points. She's got to Laramendi's legs a couple times. Big arm throw attempt by Scott Nicky. Laramendi read it, able to kind of counter. Looks like they're calling a slip.
Nice low single attempt again. Watch here, Sarah, how Reese will walk her feet to the right side, elevate the foot to the ceiling, look for the exposure, and now try to attempt to step over. She's got low leg. Post hand on the opposite side has already gotten her exposure points. So now she's looking for a fall.
If she can start to slide her hips through that lock, maybe get her chest down, post that right hand out just like that. And now if she can slide back, she looks like she's gonna look for a stack right here. If she can kind of slide her chest, that's how she'd find the fall. But Scott Nicky doing a good job. Needs to be careful of the lace here as she bellies down.
So at 145, down in the wrestlebacks, Kubicki with a tech fall over Burma, and Weber with a pin of Haynes. Moving on.
Heavy hips.
Yeah, Laramendi's doing a great job shutting down all these shot attempts. Takes her across. Gets her two. There's a challenge brick from McKendree.
And it looks like McKendry's corner is going to challenge the first exposure. Was clearly initiated by Laramendi, but took some time to go through the sequence. May have exposed herself in the process. So watch, heavy hips here. Laramendi's gonna fight for the crotch lift. She'll sit to her butt and try to take her through. Kind of gets herself frozen here for a second.
There's the call, goes in, reach Laramendi's way. She gets the tech fall. Will face Bellamere tonight in the national championship finals. Really awesome. She scored her points with her own takedowns to start the match and then just shut it down, counter offense, all the way to a technical fall.
So Laramendi and Murr will meet in the 145, and we are ready to go here as it'll be Blades from Iowa, who comes in with an undefeated record, taking on Steigler from King on mat 2. Mat 3, Ball Blitz from ESU and McKendry's Gomez. They've been out there waiting for 10-15 minutes, I would say, on the mat.
They're ready to wrestle. They're like, let's go, wrap it up. My turn now. Like caged animals.
Mad props to the coaches. We talked a lot about Coach Chun for Iowa, but also need to send some props to Alexio Garcia. What a job he's done at McKendry, and then Joe Norton at North Central. Coaching makes a difference, right, Jordan?
Absolutely. There's so many great coaches here in these corners, and some of them more accomplished than others, but the one thing that is I can always say is that coaches are the caretaker of dreams for these athletes. They spend so much time. They're not hobbyists. They have pure passion for the sport. And what I love about the staff is that they are so committed to the development of these athletes, not only athletically, but they're helping them navigate adulthood and that transition, become positive contributors to society. And Kennedy Blades looks away for a second.
Looks like she's limping.
You can see her rocking over top of her left foot. Unsure of what happened in that sequence, but
let's see what happens.
so with her left foot,
she finds a slide by.
rolls over top of that right ankle. See that there, slide by again.
Looks to have shaken it off. Back to the center.
It's one of those sequences that can be really scary if you're a wrestler. Go out feeling 100% in this battle. You don't want to be compromised or vulnerable at all. Especially with the style of wrestling that Kennedy Blades possesses. She needs her feet to be nimble and agile. She gets hit with the first passivity is something we don't see often.
Yeah, Stiegler doing a really good job kind of keeping Blades on the ropes.
First time these two seeing each other this season. I mean, right now with 117 remaining, kind of, Sarah, to your point, if you're Stiegler, you're feeling pretty good.
Absolutely, this is great to go scoreless so far, and not only that, but she's controlling this tie. Kennedy Blades, though, is now looking for a takedown.
Whoa!
Just as Stiegler has went ahead 1-0 in the match, but Kennedy Blades is not having any of it. Goes big with her signature double, finds the takedown.
And digs it out from the pit, both knees planted. Look at how deep she has to find this double from the basement, runs her feet. referee holds 4, side judges confirm 2. She'll take the 1-point lead here late in the first.
That exchange began because Stiegler was really pushing to get it out, get Kennedy Blades out, but Blades absorbed the attack, circled back in and found her own. If Stiegler can keep this pressure but maintain carrying her own weight, she can actually find success with that. We'll see if she corrects as the match goes on. She's doing a great job with her pressure and positioning. Just got a little top heavy there. Kennedy Blades is too experienced to make that mistake against.
And Blades already an Olympic silver medalist. Sarah, talk about achieving your goals at the highest level and then trying to come back and get excited about something that would seem not as prestigious.
Right. You know, it actually also takes a lot of courage to do that. This is something she's coming in, the big dog. She's accomplished lifelong dream of all these ladies here. It takes a lot of courage to put your name and your legacy on the line like that, but you know she just loves the sport. She's here. She wants to get better. She's growing the sport by being here. And she knows women's wrestling here in the United States of America is booming, and it's going to push her and challenge her to become a better wrestler for those Olympic stages in her future ahead.
Similar story, Jordan, especially knowing that you've got a couple daughters that are gymnasts. Jordan Childs winning medals over in Paris and just throwing 10s all over the place for UCLA still in college.
It's a wonderful thing. You know, in this new NIL era, it's really changed the dynamics of the game, for better and for worse. One of the great things about it is these young athletes can go and operate like professionals and get paid well, earn an income, but also still return and get the college experience that every 20-year-old should have an opportunity to see. And she's done such a tremendous job here at Iowa. It means a lot for her to represent the Stars and Stripes, but also to represent the Hawkeyes and the prestigious brand that they have.
Really a lot of flurries now on mat 2. Stiegler fending off those attacks from Kennedy. That was great action by both wrestlers. No points come out of it, though.
Stiegler's tough. 4 seed, came into the tournament 31-2. And is giving the Olympic silver medalist everything she can handle here in the first period. And she gets put on the clock. So now Stiegler has 30 seconds to score, or else Kennedy Blades will be awarded a point. If Blades scores here, she'll be awarded the points from the takedown or the push out in addition to the penalty point after the 30 seconds has come to completion. And Stiegler just wisely concedes the point and knows that a takedown still puts her in the lead.
That's good mat tactics there. That clock can tempt you into taking silly choices, silly takedowns sometimes, looking for things that aren't necessarily there. Good presence of mind, give up the point, stay the course, look for your takedown.
I tell you, Daly has advanced from a wrestleback at 160, and Kyler from Presbyterian with a pin of Carey out of Simpson have also advanced at 160 at the wrestleback.
We got a tight one down on mat 3, also semifinal. Boblitz and Gomez. Boblitz up by 1 point, 15 seconds left. Oh my goodness, Steve, we're looking for a counter. Blades stays in good position, actually gets 4 points. And just lays on the points in the last 10 seconds. She's not having the score end as tight as it was.
So Kennedy Blades will be in the 160-pound national championship matchup tonight That'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
And look at this here. Kennedy Blades looking counter, runs lefty sweep. Crotch lift attempt by Stiegler, just misses the exposure, in turn exposes herself for 4, and Blades starts pouring it on late. Deep Turk, crossface.
Remember 160, because with Blades winning and with McKendry losing with Gomez, that's a big swing for the team score. All right, now we move to mat 2 and 3 again, the 180-pound semifinals. On mat 2, Kylie Welker, undefeated. All she does is win, taking on Lawson from North Central. Then on mat 3, it's Renfro taking on Rodriguez, as it's all chalk at 180, top 4 seeds in the semis.
Sarah, she's been the most impressive wrestler of this entire tournament to me.
I'm just grinning so big every time she steps on the mat. She's so fun to watch wrestle. Right there, just taking Lawson into the table, power double.
And just perfect technique. Reaches, trail leg hand, goes fake, heavy snap. If you don't bite, she continues to take ground. Look for a push out. If you bite, she'll go snap down, hops corner quickly, looks for cradle. Just solid positioning, wrestles with high pace, high energy, committed to her style.
Oh, beautiful.
Uses her length exceptionally. Nice ankle pick for 4 points.
Just ferocious. Kylie Welker is one of those wrestlers that every other wrestler in the other weight classes are, thank God I'm not in that weight class. That's what they're saying.
You just look over at your coach and you shrug. I'm not really sure what to do. I don't know how to slow her down.
I can tell you that Phillips from Gannon has advanced in the 180 wrestle back, and so has Moore from LHU.
Great pull, snap down. Releases the head, finds a shot. Just needs to keep that left shoulder in, and she does.
And confronted by the hips of Lawson. Lawson doing a good job defensively, but Welker's scrambling ability just a bit too much as he gets the bar. And remember, pins are big for the team race.
There it is. Pins are big for the team race, and Kylie Welker is big for Iowa and really for all of women's wrestling.
Wow, that is just so fun to watch. I'm excited already to watch her again tonight. Huge for women's wrestling. Just such a presence. That was amazing.
Got a tight one to see who will face Welker tonight at 180. Let's take a look at Welker finishing off.
Just a vicious armbar. Honestly, the whole match was just fury. Gets the fall. Huge for Iowa. Really, really great stuff by Kylie Welker.
With Welker, repping that bow that you were talking about as well.
I'm telling you, I love these bows. If I wear a bow and it makes me wrestle like her, I'm in. You can put bows.
Shoot, me too.
Give me, yeah.
I don't know where I'm gonna put it or how I'm gonna keep it in my hair, but
we'll find a way.
they guaranteed me tech falls every single match and pins.
McKendry looking for a pin down on mat 3.
And that's Rodriguez of McKendry. Otherwise a close match up until this moment. If Renfro can somehow find her way off her back.
There's the confirmation though.
Which she cannot, only 8 seconds remaining in the period. Rodriguez punches her ticket, and here's your reward. You get to go wrestle Kylie Welker tonight.
with a team title kind of lurking right around it as well, Jordan. So that makes the 180 matchup even more intriguing, I think. All right, so here we go. 207, Mat 2, McKendree represented by Tristan Kelly. And she'll take on Wartburg's Rewa Chababo, who's been really good, the 4 seed. Then it's the 3 seed Ward over on Mat 3 taking on, and that's from North Central. Then the 2 seed from Grand Valley State, Noss. These are 4 really good wrestlers at 207.
Yeah, and Tristan Kelly right to work on Mat 2 with a takedown, looking for a turn. Gets bone dead, and they're back to the center.
Tristan Kelly has outscored her opponents 20-0. Make that 22-0 with that first takedown. And just a solid physical presence, controlling the 2-on-1, fighting for position, looking for the knee pick, running her feet. Another push out.
I've been so impressed with the ladies' pace this morning. You can just feel it. The energy of the semifinals has just really lit a match under everyone. Right away, scoring points, moving quick, hungry for the win.
I'm loving another takedown there for Kelly. I'm loving the changes in singlets for day 2 for a lot of these wrestlers. I've looked around at a couple of teams. McKendree's got a solid set of singlets, as does North Central. Wartburg was in black yesterday and orange today. Kelly looking high gut to finish the match off.
Quick work, slight work, gets it done. Tristan Kelly back to the national finals. Makes it look easy.
Sarah, speaking of singlets, tradition is huge here in Iowa. They've got one set. They're in black and gold in every round, each day of this NCAA tournament. Do you like a variety, or would you prefer tradition?
Oh, good question. I don't know if it's a variety or tradition thing, more of like okay, I've worn this singlet the whole tournament. I'm not putting anything else on. It's pretty gross, but that's the singlet I'm wearing the whole tournament.
It's your lucky singlet,
exactly.
Huh? It may be smelly, but it's work.
Yes.
So at 207, Iowa will pick up some points from Osteen as she'll move on to face the loser of this matchup here between Ward and Noss.
Noss gets the fall real quick. Noss and Kelly tonight.
1 versus 2 at 207. So every single matchup is set for the individual weight classes women's national championship as we take a look at the finish on Mat 3.
Nice headlock, feet to back, runs those hips. Kelly, 3 tech falls in a row to make the final, and Noss 3 pins in a row.
These ladies have been on the mat for a short amount of time. They make work fast. Tonight they'll battle for a title. See if they can find those falls tonight.
All right, so all 10 matchups are set. You can check those out as well at Flow Wrestling. Remember, 8 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN Plus. We'll be bringing you the championships tonight. So now we're into the wrestle back and working our way to the 3rd place, 5th place, and 7th place matches. Mat 2, 117. Hard not to pay attention to Anderson and hard not to pay attention to Gonzalez of Iowa. At 117, Mat 2.
We talked a lot about Anderson's run through this tournament. done an exceptional job. Was beat by Yu Sakamoto, the finalist and 1 seed from McKendree in the very first round, and has since won 4 straight.
All right, with the semifinals all decided and the 10 weight classes for the championship decided tonight, McKendree, you talked about it, Jordan. You were like, there's no way Iowa's hanging with him, and McKendree has put some distance.
Yeah, they're doing an exceptional job. They've got many in the finals this evening. They got a few who will continue to wrestle back this morning, solidify their place on the podium.
Dean Linke along with Sarah Hildebrandt, who won a gold medal in Paris the summer of 2024. And Jordan Hughes, who won 2 national championships wrestling for the Cornhuskers, multiple world championships, and then a gold medal in London in 2012.
And Anderson has been so impressive. How about this, Dean? In her last 3 matches, she's beaten the 8th seed, the 7th seed, and then the 6th seed, Cooper, last round. Now she takes on the 5. Slowly mowing down the field, already an All-American. Now in the Conti semis, if she wins this match, it'll put her in the bronze medal bout later today.
Gonzalez repping the Hawkeyes. Gonzalez coming in as the 5 seed with 11-2 record. Won her first 2 matches. Gonzalez with a 5-0, or rather 1-0 lead. It's 5-0 down on mat 1. Avila from North Central. It'll be rapid fire now as we work our way to the 3rd place, 5th place, and 7th place matches. Avila with the lead over Pendergrass.
Valencia down on mat 4, ahead 4-0. Looks like she's dealing with an injury of her own.
Valencia has had, unfortunately, you know, a lot. She has experience with injuries. She's battled back from 2 major injuries to get here today. So just being here is such an opportunity and experience for her. And she finally gets to let it all rip and shine.
Great wrestling down on mat 3. Turnwall of Emmanuel with another takedown. Makes it 4-0.
Can tell you at 103, Ramirez has punched her ticket with a win over Kroll to the bronze medal match.
Big win for Ramirez there over the 1 seed. Turnwall getting the tech on 3. Bouncing back, drops 1 in the semis. That's heartbreaking. Hasn't lost this season and now having to find herself dealing with that here at the national tournament.
Leg lace for Valencia down on mat 4. Look at her run those feet. Oh, man. That's extremely tight. 1 more for the 12-1 finish.
So it will be Valencia against Tedesco from McKendree in the 3rd place match at 110.
Valencia actually beat Tedesco 4-4 criteria in yesterday's quarterfinal. Imagine Tedesco is chomping at the bit to get a second opportunity to wrestle Valencia, especially with her being hampered by injury. Still hasn't slowed her down as she finishes the Conci semi with a tech fall. You know, Sarah, last day of a tournament, second day of a tournament, usually it just comes down to determination. Everyone feels like crap. Yeah. Everyone's dealing with some sort of injury. They're all hungry. Talk to us about the willpower it takes to make it through the second day and go through this gauntlet of a tournament on the backside trying to come back and medal.
Yeah, it's exactly that, willpower. Maybe you don't want to be in the third place match, you wanted to be somewhere else, maybe you don't even feel like it, but you're willing to, and that's everything that it comes down to. Maybe you don't, it's not ideal, but the will, it's a battle of wills. Who's gonna have that extra grit to make it happen?
In mat number 2, Gonzalez holds a narrow margin, 3-2. Gonzalez has got such a great pace to her wrestling. Wrestler throughout the entirety of the match. Quality hand fighter, never backs down. But Anderson just battling with all of these highly seeded wrestlers. Came into this tournament 26-8, unseeded. Has beaten 3 seeded wrestlers in a row. And if she can get a takedown here, will maybe have beaten her 4th.
The winner will face Turnwall in the bronze medal match.
Brianna Gonzalez into the third place match.
So Gonzalez will face Turnwall. Turnwall out of Emmanuel. At 131, down on mat 4, Zamet. That's your wrestler, Jordan, down right now.
Yeah, one of my favorite wrestlers of the tournament. Came in unseeded and has found her way into the consolation semis at 131 pounds. Was 32-7 on the season. Was beat by 2-seed Aubrey Kraser in the quarterfinal. And has since made a solid run.
She's mounting her comeback with that takedown. Just a takedown behind, still in the first period.
She doesn't stop wrestling. I think that's the thing I appreciate about her the most. Very skillful, unquestionably, but extremely determined. Down 6-4 late in the first.
Marsden looking for a throw there.
Waiting for the second judge's decision, also white paddled.
I bet they take back that challenge brick now.
It's like, give me my brick back.
Yeah, just kidding. We don't need to throw that.
Marsden having a great tournament as well. Ran into the buzzsaw that is Cameron Gearin in the semifinal. but has had a few upsets of her own, beating the 4 seed Brooks by pin in the quarterfinal.
Take a quick moment to recognize from the NCAA, Ryan Tressel and KJ Smith, Luke Eustace playing a big role, and then from the Iowa City Area Sports Commission, Greg Wiedekamp.
Zamet goes ahead 7-6 just as the period expires.
So Turnwall, I had said she had already won. She hadn't even completed yet, but she did win.
She was up big, in control of that match. She saw the future.
All right, getting ready for a new match on mat 3. Meanwhile, you see Sterner with a 7-0 lead over Ford down on mat 1. Can Zamet hang on, Jordan?
I believe she may. She is, man, just been impressive throughout the entire tournament. I've got the eye not only for men's wrestling but women's wrestling. I can kind of just look at an athlete, watch the way they compete. It's such a testament to who you are, your character, your temperament, by just watching someone wrestle, Sarah. You don't have to know a lot about an individual. You can just watch them compete. You can learn a lot about who they are, how they train, what's important to them. Are they courageous? Are they brave? Are they diligent? Do they listen? Are they coachable? All the things.
Yeah, I love wrestling for that reason. You can really just embody your personality and values in your style, and that's what you see these girls do. Zamet doing a great job, like you said, just continuing to wrestle. It's surprising how much you can get done just by that sheer continuation.
And that's it. Look, she just never stops wrestling. She goes to drag, to dump, to single, to digging underhook, to push out. Just lots of depth in her wrestling. She can chain together her movements really well, which is something we haven't seen a lot this weekend. And this is why she's continuing to progress through this tournament. Gives up a penalty point there. Aubrey Krazer with a leg lace to go ahead 6-0. And now Zamet just pouring it on. Was down 6-0 since, has been on an 11-1 run. And Mazden just has very few answers for the puzzle that is Cassia Zamet.
Mazden tries to go big, gets the slip. Still lots of time, can chip away at those points, doesn't have to be a big 4 yet.
Two on one again for Zamet. You'll see she.
Surprising slip call there.
I'm not a fan of the slip call, Sarah.
It's too ambiguous, too subjective.
Yeah, when you're in danger, you just throw caution to the wind and throw an arm spin or attempt at a headlock, fall to your belly, and you're able to reset, get blown back to your feet.
Speaking of resetting, all we're doing now is setting the final matchups for 3rd place, 5th place, and 7th place. We already know who is going to feature tonight in the championship matches in all 10 weight classes.
We need a slip call for takedowns. Protect me when I go shoot for those legs. That feels like the bigger risk.
And then Jordan and Sarah selling these third place. All right, we know the third place match sells itself because there's a bronze medal on the line. But at 5th and 7th place, it means you end your season potentially with a win, which is huge.
Absolutely. All these ladies, all American status. They're just looking to end the season as high as they possibly can be. Finish it with a W. Great accomplishment by all the ladies here.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time at tournaments, is you want to finish in an odd number. The odd numbers are the way that you can ensure yourself finishing with a victory. 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th. Means that you won your final match of the tournament. You can leave feeling proud of getting your hand raised in the final minutes of your tournament for some, of your career for a few. And a lifetime of work goes into this NCAA championship. This is more than just an individual season. For a lot of these young ladies, from the first time they strapped on a pair of shoes, they were set on a journey that led them here to Iowa City. I'll never forget going to Modell's with my dad when I was 6 years old to get my very first pair of wrestling shoes. He takes me in, I get my foot measured, and he shows me all the shoes on the wall. He allows me to pick out my favorite. And little did I know that someday I was gonna be referred to as one of the best wrestlers in the world. But a special moment for me, and I'm sure every single person in this arena. Sarah, do you remember your first pair of wrestling shoes?
Oh gosh, it's a bad story because I refused to let go of those wrestling shoes despite them being 4 sizes too small for me. My toes are busting out the top and I wore them.
You're like, yeah, I actually won the Olympics in them.
Yeah, no.
My toes were curled inside of my shoes that I got when I was 6. And now, your own signature wrestling shoe.
Oh goodness. It's crazy. I know you are familiar with that, but it's just really beyond words seeing your name on a pair of wrestling shoes sitting in a sporting goods store. I don't know if you ever get used to it.
An inspiration to an entire generation, Sarah. What's it like going to a youth wrestling tournament and seeing young ladies all around the country wearing shoes with your namesake?
Oh, it actually makes me cry. I'm a crier, but just to see that, it instantly brings me to tears. It's beyond your wildest dreams. You know, starting in the sport, I was just hopeful that they would let me do it. You don't go into it, maybe like some of the younger boys went into sports, or you know, maybe in like football or basketball, where they think they're going to be professionals or have a deal like that. I just was hoping for a seat at the table. So to have come this far where I have my own signature shoe, I definitely never anticipated or planned for that.
Sarah, not to outrank you, but for Christmas I did get a pen with my name on it.
Hey, a good pen, nothing better. With your name on it, say less.
And now, as we get deeper into the consolation bracket, we're starting to see some of these higher seeded wrestlers run into one another. We've got 3 versus 5, Jaffe and Espinosa. And what's tough about this round is a lot of these young ladies are fresh off of a loss in the semifinal. You wake up this morning thinking that you're going to be competing for a national championship, and now all of a sudden you find yourself competing just to get into a bronze medal match with your gold medal dream shattered. It can be hard to emotionally recover from that sometimes.
Yeah, to compartmentalize all of that. Just leave it where it was. You don't need to dissect anything right now. Say hello to your feelings, welcome them to the show, and then just get in your stance and wrestle in the second that you're in.
Sarah, I lost in the quarterfinals of the Olympics in Rio in 2016, and I had to come back later that afternoon to wrestle in my repechage match, and I could not get myself back to being disciplined with my habits, being willing to go out and compete. I was literally crying as I was warming up, for that round, and I ended up losing because I only wanted gold, right? I couldn't get myself back up to wrestle for the bronze, and now I've got an empty space in my trophy case that I would love to have an Olympic bronze medal in. You've done both. You've gotten gold, you've gotten bronze. Talk to us a little bit about processing losses and coming back and getting the next best thing.
Yeah, it's a testament hearing you say that, you know, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time struggling with that. I think it's a testament to just how difficult that is. I talked a little yesterday about dropping that match in Tokyo, the semifinals, and how I also just, all I saw was gold, quoted by you there. But I didn't want anything else but gold, so it was very, very difficult. It took the whole night just to talk myself down, convince myself, hey, you're not just wrestling for gold, for wins. You're wrestling to become the best version of yourself, and go prove that tonight. Who cares if you win, if you lose? Go do this for yourself and the woman you're becoming.
It's awesome as Jaffe controls her matchup with Lindenwood's Espinoza 4-0 on mat number 2. Luft rolling on mat 4. All team points matter. Advancement points, but also bonus points. She's looking for a tech fall, already up 7-0. Short time remaining in the first period.
Look at McKendry's Scott Nicky at 145. 10-1 over Weber.
McKendry's got 2 athletes out on the mat right now, just in sheer volume. When you bring your entire lineup into the NCAA tournament and they're all still alive on day 2, there's no wonder why they hold the lead in the team race thus far.
10 were alive, 9 in the semifinals from McKendry, 9 alive for Iowa, 7 in the semifinals for the Hawkeyes.
McKendry dominant on both mats right now. As you see, Jaffe up 6-0, mat 2. Scott Nicky up 10-0 on mat 3. Iowa with its lone wrestler competing at the moment, up 7-0, deep on a high crotch, looking to switch off to the double. Exposure for Rule, but then a 4-point exposure for Luft. Referees communicate with one another.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they call this sequence. It looked like Luft was in, and she maintained her hold on that leg all the way through that exposure.
And Scott Nicky in trouble on mat number 3, up 10-3, and gives up the fall.
Oh, wow. Weber of Simon Fraser finds a way.
Wow. Major implications on the team race, but how about Weber with the wherewithal to continue to fight through that position, down 10-1, a single push out from being tech falled, reverses her fortune and finishes with the pin.
So Weber now with this move right here has a chance for a bronze medal.
Just a simple whip over, holding position.
On McKendry that will feature tonight.
On mat 3, Lawson versus Phillips. Phillips from Gannon University, the sole and only athlete representing them here this weekend. Takes some special courage and power to be out there, just you. But she's got a great coaching staff around her, been energizing her through the whole tournament. And here she is, fighting for a chance for a third-place finish.
Yeah, she's done a great job this tournament.
Updated team scores. I'm sorry, Jordan, but I know you're interested in this, so I hope you don't mind me interrupting you. I apologize, though. Don't beat me up.
No, you're good.
144.5, Iowa 137.
All right, 5 finalists for McKendry, 4 for Iowa. And how about GVSU, Grand Valley State, with 4, matching Iowa's total? It'll be interesting to see who can finish in that 3rd place slot. So lots on the line tonight. All 3 team trophies still unsettled. Another takedown for Gomez on mat 4. She finishes with a tech fall. Some additional points for her team. McKendry's point total inches a little bit further forward. Momentum's a real thing in this tournament, Sarah. You come off of a loss. We talked about this yesterday. There's a few different mindsets and perspectives that you could have. It's, man, I'm angry. I want an opportunity to go out there and compete again, prove my merit, or I'm bummed. I'm no longer able to get what I came here for. There's wrestlebacks that you just really get to see the type of character and toughness that a lot of these wrestlers have and possess.
Yeah, full heart. Wrestlebacks are so special for that reason. These are the hard moments you train for. This is why practice sucks and is so hard and difficult, to test you in those moments of adversity. You're physically tired. You're mentally bummed. You still got to go out there and get the job done.
You got to find a way. That's what makes wrestlers special, is they're able to display resolve.
Stigler with a 7-2 lead now on mat 2. These final wrestlebacks to determine who will wrestle who in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th place matches. You heard Jordan talk about odd numbers.
Pays to be odd. Be a little odd, be a little weird.
and finish with a victory. It's oftentimes the last match of your season is the type of energy you take into your off season, right?
Definitely, and that off season is everything. You want to go in there, this is where huge gains are made, where you can really start deconstructing things, getting into the weeds. It's a fun time to just get better at wrestling. Come back, show all your work off next season.
And these ladies will get to become All-Americans this afternoon, celebrate with their families, and then right back to work. Sarah, how much time did you typically take off after a championship or a season-ending tournament?
You know, it ranged from here to there. I'm in the mat room all the time. I love it. It's where I feel most myself. But I would typically take almost a full month off from serious critiques and structure. I let it be really loose and free, maybe for about a month or so after Worlds or Olympics. But I'm always in the mat room. You can't keep me away from there. It's my favorite place to be.
And Sarah, you wrestled at King, one of the perennial powers. Was there ever a time that you were in the team race competing for a team championship as a collegiate student athlete?
Yes, my junior and senior year we actually won. So when I came to the school as a freshman, Oklahoma City was the powerhouse school, and it felt like we were never going to topple this giant. And to get it done, not once but twice, and kind of close out my college career that way, it was a really, really special moment. Honestly, outshines my own individual titles even. It's really that unique, special thing that I love about college wrestling, that team race. It's the most fun, and I'm sure you can speak to that in your own career.
Yeah, for sure. There's nothing cooler than being a champion on a championship team. When you're operating individually, independently in this sport, if you win and your teammates don't, there's an element of discomfort, awkwardness almost, where you're celebrating, you're excited about your achievement, and everyone else around you is sad. So when you can be a champion on a championship team, it just makes that party afterwards just so much better.
Absolutely.
watching mat 1 kind of gives you a long distance look at mat 2, 3, and 4. Mat 1 retired for now. Big move here on mat 2.
Yeah, more of Lockhaven's in trouble here. Renfro of Fort Hays State takes a 4-0 lead early, and he's got the half Nelson Rosa Orwer. And more willing to give up the fall here. Renfro moves on to the bronze medal match at 180 pounds. Fort Hays with the yellow singlets on today. Remember yesterday we were comparing them to the Mizzou Tigers with the yellow stripes on their back. They also have an alternate singlet. Match is coming rapid fire so quickly now. It's hard to keep up. If you're a competitor, you've got about a half hour, 30 minutes to recover. There's some times where you're coming back to the mat, you're still sweating from your last match, trying to calm your heart rate and get back to a position where you can refocus and compete again.
Yeah, when they start rolling like that, that was always my favorite. I don't know about you, Jordan, but I feel like when you train that way, just wrestling back to back to back in the wrestling room, it's kind of nice. You can just hit a rhythm, wrestle your match, fuel up real quick, get right back out there.
Yeah, I loved it. Early in my career, the World Championships were all competed in a single day. And so in Vegas in 2015, I had 6 matches in one day.
That's so many.
6 matches in one day, but as the day progressed, everyone else would start to run out of steam, and I was only picking up momentum because we had trained so extremely hard. As Americans, we always prided ourselves on our conditioning and our physical competency. And so by the time I made it to the finals in the evening for my 6th match, my opponent was beat up and ready to cash it in, and I was rolling. I was feeling good.
This is a big one here with SoCon and Chababo for that 3rd place opportunity at 207.
Ward and Austin on mat 3. Iowa looking for some more team points here. Ward fends off the throw attempt from Austin to get her 2 points. Comes in with a vicious crossface. Right to work on top.
She's kind of showing that look of, I'd like to get this one over early.
Yeah, there's definitely that ferocity that comes with these later matches. Not only are they feeling a little more tired, a little more sore, but there's probably some anger behind some of these hits.
We're looking on.
Austin makes the correction with that underhook, comes back, gets the takedown of her own. Under 20 seconds on mat 4, Chababo and SoCon, tight match, 3-2. SoCon here needs to find a point.
little scramble on mat 4.
Good job by Chababo not being phased by that. Time runs out. She gets the job done.
So Chababo will face the winner of the match going on mat 3 in the 3rd place match.
Ward and Austin are having an upper body battle up here. Really measured movements need to happen in those upper body ties. One wrong misstep, one slight, lean to the upper body. You can go feet to back really quick with those ties. Austin back digging that underhook. You can tell that's where she wants to be. They find themselves in this over-under. Again, potential for some real devastatingly big moves in these ties. We got medical time. Lots of pressure on that shoulder on their way down. That's Bella Mir there, cheering on her teammates. Even though she has the finals tonight, she's still here in the stadium. That's a great teammate right there. That's really something that sticks out to me about the North Central team. Their team unity is really something special and something I think other teams and fans, everyone can pick up on. It's very palpable.
Yeah, I did run into the North Central crew and their head coach and quite a few of their wrestlers, and I did talk about your comments yesterday. They were pumped.
Yeah, there she is. It's almost impossible not to just wrestle the match when you're out in the stands. And despite having the finals tonight, she's down to just basically wrestle this match for her teammate in the stands. That must be why she's so tough. She's wrestling all the matches as well.
So positive.
Ward back up, ready to go. 30 seconds left in the first period, and North Central's getting rowdy. But Iowa has a response to the cheer. I love it. They're sitting right next to each other in the stands.
Yeah, the Hawks are a bird too.
Yeah, the battle of the birds here. Into the first period, 4-2 for Ward.
The two rowdiest crowds in all of women's wrestling.
It's only fitting they're sitting right next to each other. Look each other right in the eye.
I'm glad there's a staircase between them. This is exciting. Only one mat running out of the 4.
Well, we have a separate camera just for Bella Mir too, though.
Yeah. Hey, when you're doing that good job cheering. Austin back in that double unders this time.
You gotta love to compete, to be great at this game. There's a part skill, part diligence in your training habits and your preparation, but also you gotta have some courage. And you gotta want to fight under the lights when it means something, when people are watching and the territory is hostile. You gotta want to go out there and try to quiet the crowd.
Exactly that. You cannot crumble in the face of competition. It's got to electrify you, set you on fire, keep you wanting to come back for more. These are the moments that you dream about, really.
100%. And both wrestling from the clinch position here. Over under locks for both of these ladies. 1 point lead for Ward. Both birds. You talk about fear of the bird.
Yeah, we just hit that.
We got Cardinals and Hawkeyes. One bird, whoever loses has got to leave the nest. And another slip call.
Four, 3, 90 seconds remaining in period 2. All eyes on this one match.
Austin finally finds that point. But it goes to Ward, just kidding. Oh, just kidding, now it's back to Austin. They're toying with us up here. Austin ahead on criteria. Back to her underhook.
Great mat presence. Looking for the takedown. No call yet. Ward slow to the center. Austin dominating her in the ties. Let's see if she's willing to get back to her underhook, which has been so effective for her over the last 2 minutes. She has it again on the left side.
.30 seconds to go.
And just taking ground slowly.
Yeah, Austin needs to be careful with that deep tie in this short time. Ward really has nothing to lose, can kind of send a throw. Gets blown dead. Ward needs to start her flurry.
There it is, that'll clinch it. Now the Hawkeye fans, yeah, super loud.
The Hawkeye bird reigns supreme here. Austin's underhook, beautiful job there. She's loving the energy. On to the third place match.
Great smile from Austin. We talked earlier about just the wrestle-offs alone for the Iowa Hawkeyes, I think could entertain anybody that cares even a second about wrestling. This team is loaded and the fan base is there to support them.
Whoa, look at this singlet on mat number 2. Is that North Central? I like it. I like the stripes.
Medal matches, that's where you start seeing the cool singlets. They save the best for those.
You're gonna see some more peppermints strolling out there to this afternoon and tonight. I like the stripes. 3 different singlets so far.
Hey, how about the fact we're now in the medal matches, though? You guys pumped up or
Here
what?
we go.
Yeah, this is the last 6 minutes of your season. If there was ever a time to give maximum effort, throw caution to the wind, and leave it all out there on the mat, whatever you don't give will be lost forever. You got 6 minutes left. All the thousands of hours that you put into your training, the weight cut, the runs, the early mornings, the late nights. This is the time where you cash in and go get rewarded.
Another incredible quote from Jordan Burroughs. Whatever you don't give will be lost forever. I like that.
Energy hasn't died at all in the arena. It's building.
Sarah, would you agree that in addition to all his accolades, he's got a little Shakespeare in him as well?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's the best part. Okay, at the end of the day, he's an athlete, but he's an artist. You can tell. You can pick an artist out.
Thank you, guys.
Not just a dumb jock, no.
I'm going to keep Sarah around with me.
Yeah.
All right, we are in the medal rounds at 103. Vila and Ramirez. We're on mat 2. Zuninga and Winnicky on mat 4 at 103.
Nice double leg finish there for Avila. In the bronze medal match. Bronze medal matches will be contested on mat number 2. Mat number 3 will have 5th place matches. And mat number 4, where our 7th place matches will be contested. Heather Cruel, 1 seed. Wrestling Pendergrass of Quincy, 2-0 lead earlier in the first. Cruel, a tough wrestler. Got beat late by Sahagan by criteria 7-7 in a tight semifinal. Loses her very next match in the Consi semis and now is wrestling for 5th place against Trinity Pendergrass, the 6th seed from Quincy. Also lost in the semifinal. And there's a takedown for Pendergrass to tie it up 2-2.
Winnicky shot off the whistle on mat 4, but Zuninga defends it well. Converts for her own points to go up 6-2. Great work by Pendergrass on mat 3 to find another takedown. Anchors herself with that ankle. Finds the go behind to go up on 1 seed Heather Kroll. And now looking for a power half.
So Avila with the 3-0 lead on mat 2. Pendergrass 4-2 lead over Kroll on mat 3. Zuninga with the lead on mat 4.
And a big 4-point move there for Pendergrass on mat 3 to extend that lead to 8-2. Really great wrestling here.
And Cruel, if you remember in that semifinal, she had to take momentarily a momentary walk off the mat down into the concourse. We were informed that she was simply switching headgears, but hasn't looked like herself since. Ended up losing that semifinal. Then the Consi semi, now down 8-2. If you're Pendergrass, you've got to be excited about the way this match has gone so far after giving up the first takedown, rattling off 8 straight points here against the #1 seed. Nice shot attempt by Pendergrass. Runs out of time.
I feel like it's been a tough tournament for Kroll. I mean, you just talked about it going into the locker room as well, but just in general, body language-wise.
Agreed, Dean. It really has. She's looked shaken, rattled, almost as if the tournament has become tougher than she initially expected it to be upon arrival. Ramirez down 3-0. Mounted a comeback of her own on mat number 2.
Big flurries there. Heather Kroll, still very young, knows a lot about wrestling, but figuring it out on that mental side is another battle, and experience, one of those things you just earn by continuing to go back out there.
So mat 2 is for the bronze medal. Mat 3, the 5th place match. Mat 4, the 7th place match here at 103.
Shot attempt by Avila. Defended by Ramirez. 15 seconds left. Front headlock on their feet, blown dead. 15 seconds remaining in the match. We'll see Avila try to chain together some sequences. There's a double leg attempt. Controlling ties wisely for Ramirez. And
wow.
Look at the excitement.
The first official NCAA third place finisher, All-American, Ramirez. How exciting. History is made with that win right there.
And sometimes when you win that bronze medal bout, you feel like a champion.
It really, really, it is that way. She fought all the way back.
Genesis Ramirez got things started with a win over Mount Olive's Prendergast, then fell to Solorio. Down to the wrestleback she went. She beat Kruger, she beat Zuninga, she beat Kroll, and now she beat Avila to win the bronze medal.
Wow, what a tear.
All right, so now Kroll trying to hang in there with just under 90 seconds left in period 2. McKendry looking for more points behind Kroll. Pendergrass though with the lead.
We still got to honor Kroll, Heather Kroll, even in defeat. She continues to fight.
Oh, and rips a headlock.
And as I say
not
that,
done. Ties it and goes ahead on criteria.
she just has no quit in her. Bent, but not broken. And look at her rotate her hips and try to make the necessary adjustment to get the fall. But the flexibility of Trinity Pendergrass is just too much. in the 1-point reversal, brings it back to 11-10. 22-point match. Gotta love this.
What a
Heather Kroll
match.
runs to the side of the mat, spits out blood in the trash can,
Yeah.
and then runs back to the center and keeps wrestling.
Gives a thumbs up to the coach. I'm good. No worries.
It's one of those moments where I actually feel like everybody in the arena caught it, too.
Yeah. She's got to go here, though. 10 seconds left in the match. Down by 1. In on the single. 5 seconds here. Let's see if she can elevate this leg. Pendergrass defends it. Finishes in 5th. Awesome wrestling by both ladies. Trinity Pendergrass, 5th place finish. Big win here over Heather Kroll, and great fight by Heather Kroll to come back and give us a great match.
God, the intensity and the up-close shots by our amazing crew here all week. Great people, great at what they do, but it makes you think that's just 6 minutes of fury. Look what you look like when you get done with that.
6 minutes, I know. It looks like it was just 24 hours of just a beating. That's how crazy it is out there, I swear.
All right, so at 110, the 3rd place match will feature Tedesco out of McHenry and Valencia for the Hawkeyes. So Nyla Valencia came in at 25-3. Tedesco, the 4 seed, came in at 26-2. So that should be a good one for the bronze medal at 110 as well. I mean, it goes without saying they're all going to be good at this point.
It looks to be there's some forfeits or injury defaults happening. The only 110 match happening right now is for 7th place, as the 117s are waiting for 3rd and 5th. I know Deer Wester had injury defaulted out of the tournament.
Yes.
Maybe why the 5th place match is not happening. And Nyla Valencia, on her way to that 3rd place match, was injured, and it's looking like she also is going to injury default out, giving Tedesco the 3rd place finish, Valencia 4.
So who's on deck on mat 2 then?
Mat 2 looks like it's Gonzalez of Iowa.
Turnwall.
And Turnwall of Emmanuel.
Good catch, Sarah. Thank you.
Mat number 3 is going to be Anderson of Presbyterian.
Anderson, who fell to Gonzalez. All right, so just clarification, Tedesco is the winner. Valencia, a medical forfeit. So Tedesco will win the bronze. And we're only waiting on the 110 finish here between Gomez and Kabelbeck. Yeah, we've got Anderson waiting at 117 on mat 3 as well.
Here we have Gomez trying to finish this single.
So Deerwester in the 5th place match at 110 was also a medical forfeit. So I think it was Zaninga who will end up winning.
Into period 1 here on mat 4 with Kings Quebec Kabelbeck up 2-0.
Colorado Mesa has had a solid tournament as well, Sarah.
They really have. They brought a handful of girls, 4 or 5, I believe, and they really just came to wrestle. They've been in every round, wrestling their hearts out. And here Gomez trying to secure that 7th place finish.
I love the bow in the hair by Gomez. All right, it's tough as nails, but keeping it cute at the same time.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Kabelback falls into a leg lace.
That looks tight.
He's got a right arm wedged between the legs. This is unique. It's almost like a Navy ride, arm jerk, and leg lace at the same time.
Yeah, that's a great description. It's like 3-in-1 here.
Wow.
All the way for the tech fall.
That hurt, but the pain was worth it. As she finishes her season off with a victory, your alma mater, King.
Awesome, love to see it.
7th place finisher, NC All-American Avery Kabelbeck. Hugs from the coaches.
All right, now we will get to the 3rd place match, 5th place match, and 7th place match for 117 on mats 2, 3, and 4 respectively. So Gonzalez versus Turnwall, mat 2 for a bronze medal. Chinesky and Anderson in the 5th place match. And then mat 4, it's Cooper. And Gable Herman. Gable Herman actually had to wrestle in. So good on her to get to this point.
All the way from a pigtail match, now fighting for a 7th place finish. Brianna Gonzalez goes ahead 1-0 against Carissa Turnwall. Turnwall dealt her first loss of the year here at this tournament. Bouncing back.
Gonzalez came in as the 5 seed, beat Josie Weir. And eye poke here on mat 3.
Yep, hands flying, just caught one in the eye. Anderson's shaking it off, back to the center.
Anderson, after losing her very first match to finalist from McKendree, Yu Sakamoto, rattled off 3 straight victories over seeded wrestlers before falling in the Consi semis. 2-5 Gonzalez in the bronze medal match on mat 2. Gonzalez has really impressed me this weekend, Sarah. Just her ability to remain steady amongst the tight team race, injury, tough opponents. There's so many different dynamics that each one of these athletes is dealing with behind the scenes, yet they continue to plug away and give their best effort every match.
Yeah, Bree's shown so much heart. I love her tenacity. She just goes forward.
Nice dump attempt by Anderson. Gets the 2-point exposure. Looking for the leg turn. Look at that big lift. Steps inside and splits the leg. Now she's going to try to work her way up to the head. Gets an additional 2 points, making the score 4-1 as time runs out in the first period. Turnwall on mat number 2 ties up the score 2-2. She's the 2 seed in this weight class. Came into the tournament undefeated. Carissa Turnwall was beat by Riley Rayome in the semifinal. Now is fighting to finish her season off with a win.
Great little flurry here. Re-attack by Turnwall, and now Gonzalez in the front headlock.
Nice high crotch.
Gorgeous shot.
Switches off to a double. Still nothing yet. Defensive skills being displayed by Turnwall, but the offense shelved the leg, ran down the hips, covered for the double. Great finish by Gonzalez.
I gotta believe, Jordan, part of the reason why you've been so impressed with Gonzalez is you look at that leg wrapped up. We talked about it yesterday. It's like she's wrestling on one leg.
Yeah, absolutely. She is definitely hindered by injury, but only physically, not mentally. She hasn't allowed it to be a crutch or a point of concern in any of her matches. She's really pushed the pace, and she's made all of her opponents uncomfortable with just the sheer volume that she throws their way, and she's extremely skilled, very tough.
Anderson hanging on to that 4-1 lead in the 5th place match.
Turnwall in on a high C. Gonzalez looks for a little chin whip. Nothing.
Cooper from Lehigh with the lead in the 7th place match at 117.41.
Turnwall has gotten to those legs this match. She needs to start finding that setup now, see if she can get in one last time. Under 30 seconds here, needs a takedown. Great down block by Gonzalez. keeping head position, short tie.
Oh, snags the
Finds it.
leg. Looks cradle. Only 3 seconds left.
Good defense by Brianna Gonzalez to take the match. Turnwall split her hands a little on that finish. Might have been the difference, but that was great defense for Gonzalez to get the 3rd place finish. Here you see Turnwall is about to make her last flurry, snags that leg, and immediately comes up to the head. That allows Gonzalez to just defend against that one arm, sprawl away, shut down the match. She's grinning ear to ear. She's done it.
Great finish for her. Comes into this tournament with only 13 matches, 11-2 on the season, the 5 seed, and leaves with a bronze medal. Inspiring performance from Brianna Gonzalez this weekend.
Anderson with just a slim lead with 35 seconds remaining.
Abby Cooper on mat 4. The 7-1 win for Lehigh. And finishes her season in 7th. Oh, here we go, mat 3.
Oh man, late lateral drop. Anderson controlling the match in the lead for most of the 6 minutes. Now fighting for her life and loses, has victory snatched from her hands and very late. Cerneski from Adrian with the late lateral drop.
Clutch.
Pulled that out of her bag of tricks, Sarah. Look at this, big throw. At that point, there were about 10 seconds left in the match, and this is where the match would finish. Didn't allow her off of her back, knew that if she held her here for the remainder of the period, she would secure the victory. Cerneski, never say die attitude, finds a way, secures the 5th place finish.
All right, so now we move to 124. The 3rd place match on mat 2, 5th place match mat 3, 7th place match on mat 4. It'll be Sterner from North Central. Over on mat 2. Sterner, the #1 seed. Came in at 26-1, was knocked off in the semifinals by Moore. Lasco and Ford, the 5th place match on mat 3. Witt and Mahan, 7th place match on mat 4 here at 124.
Still 0-0 on mat number 2. Sterner narrowly lost in the semifinal. Piestewa was tech followed by Mota Pettis.
Oh, there it is.
4-point throw from Sterner. and looking to lock up a leg lace.
I love that from Sarah Sterner. She can go big, she can take shots, she can shut down shots. Really, really proficient in all those areas. It's nice to be able to go big when you want to go big. That's a talent. And here she does it again. Big 4-point throw.
That's her go-to. She defends the double well. She plants her feet, starts to pull up and overhooks, and then full send. Big headlock, another 4-pointer. Now all of a sudden it's 8-0 in only 2 sequences. Whoa, nice takedown. Good defense, Piestewa. Little counter offense of her own.
Vicious snap. Looking for a high cut. Blasco on mat 3, gets the win for a 5th place finish. She wrestled great this tournament. I was really impressed with her wrestling. Caps off the season.
Beating the 2 seed, Virginia Ford. Aspen Blasco came into the tournament with 11 losses. Finds her way onto the podium. And an exceptional wrestler, finishes off her tournament and season with a 10-0 tech fall. Great counter offense. Really savvy when wrestlers are in on her legs. Does a really great job in that match, countering all the forward single legs. Great finish for her. Nice sweep single attempt by Colorado Mesa. Unable to finish. Ooh, good snap.
She's great there. It looks really awesome. That's how she found her first takedown. Right back to it from that 2-on-1.
Whit Mahan. 2-point match over on mat number 4. And just as I say that, Sarah Sterner with a takedown to go up 10-2.
£24. Dean Linke along with Sarah Hildebrandt. Jordan Burles, great to be with you these 2 days.
Got a penalty point there awarded to Piestewa of Colorado Mesa for a singlet pull from Sarah Sterner. Piestewa trying to get back to the wrist snap, having a hard time executing her technique here. Double leg attempt, another headlock. This time it's not a slip. They're going to award a takedown. Looking to throw in boot.
Great shot there by Piestua. Sterner looking for the big move. Maybe best to settle with the sprawl there or turn away. Brings this match 10-5. Just 20 seconds remaining though. Piestua coming with everything she's got on the head, looking for the legs. But Sarah Sterner gets it done with two beautiful throws and a takedown.
So congratulations to Miss Sterner, winner of the bronze medal at 124.
Gotta love the sportsmanship after the match. As soon as that final whistle blows, you can let your hair down just a little bit, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Again, we love shaking hands with all of the officials, flexing her guns. She rightfully deserves after her bronze medal finish.
So we move to 131. And on mat 2 will be the third place matchup. More celebration you are seeing there from Sterner.
Witt on mat 4. Gets it done for the 7th place finish and the best bow in the tournament.
So Krazer, who had not lost all season before losing to Janiak in the semifinals, will feature for Lehigh on mat 2 for the 3rd place match.
And this is a rematch of the quarterfinal. The Krazer won over Zamit 3-2.
Zamit coming in from a pigtail match, losing, after she won her pigtail, losing this match right here in qualifications, winning so many to get back to this 3rd place match. Unseeded, here she is wrestling for 3rd place All-American. Really impressive.
And already on mat number 3, 18 seconds is all it took.
Wow, Marsden.
Abigail Marsden with the fall, making quick work in her 7th place match. Excuse me, 5th place match.
I love it. Love the energy. That's the best feeling.
18 seconds, break it down, Sarah.
Here she is, she just has a front headlock, runs this kind of bulldog move right over. Just violence. Straight to the back, she's got it. Double flex.
She's got some guns.
Yeah,
My goodness.
She's hyped up.
Yeah, that was like Sarah Hildebrand looking in the mirror right there.
Every time you pass one.
Mat number 4. Carly Brooks of Iowa, representing the home team, still very much alive in the team race. Again, close score between McKendree and Iowa. McKendree with 5 finalists this evening. Iowa with 4. And every match matters in these tight team races. Although it may not be what you want or what you expected, getting on the podium alone, being able to represent your university and your family.
Zamit goes on the board first, and now she finds a takedown against Aubrey Krazer.
She's up 3-0. And Brooks with the deep headlock. Remember, all points matter now. Trying to elevate the head and secure the pin.
Shorter time here. She needs to start adjusting. Being careful not to get top heavy and roll through.
She needs to lift head, a little bit more pressure and pull on that elbow.
There she goes.
Zamit's in trouble. Krazer holding on her back, and she gets the fall.
Wow.
Wait, Zamit can leave here, though, holding her head high.
Absolutely. Heck of a tournament by both of these ladies. So impressive. Aubrey Krazer, 3rd place, All-American.
Still at 131 on mat 4. Waiting to wrap up the 7th place matchup before we push forward to 138.
Brooks unable to get the fall, but still ahead 8-0. That'll do it.
Carly Brooks, 7th place. She had a really exciting tournament. Lots of back and forths. Not everything went her way, but I think she left so much out on the mat this weekend. And now gets to end the tournament on a win for Iowa.
Big hugs with her coaches. So here we go. As we move up another weight class.
On mat 2, we have Haley Jaffe and Lily Luff. That's McKendree versus Iowa, just as we've been talking about with the team points. Head-to-head right here for 3rd place.
So 138 now underway. 3rd place match on 2. 5th place match on mat 3. 7th place match on mat 4. Scores on mat 3 and 4, still looking for the first points in the 3rd place match between the top 2 teams in McKendree and Iowa.
Nice shot. Luft wisely turns Jaffe's head back inside, starts feeding hips. Look at how she's anchored with that left hand on the ankle. Let's go, and Jaffe's able to get back up to her feet. She's gonna have to free her right arm, come across the collar.
Woo.
Very nicely done. 4-point takedown, feet to back.
Goes big on the zone. Luft might have thought they were just going out of bounds, content to just give up the 1. And Jaffe sends it to get the 4 right there at the edge.
High crotch attempt by Luft.
Luft really looking for that high C. Jaffe doing a good job setting it down.
Program reminder, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We will bring you the NCAA Women's Wrestling Championships tonight. 10 individual winners and a team winner. Lots of hardware.
Espinoza was in deep on an attack. Looked as if she was going to finish the takedown momentarily. Rule able to defend. The Wartburg wrestler takes a 7-2 lead going into the break. So much experience in that Iowa coaching staff's corner. Tanya Verbeek, Gary Mayab, Clarissa Chun. All been in the game for a long time, extremely successful, great leadership. Lily Luft's got some work to do here, Sarah.
She does. She's looking for that high C, but hasn't really quite got to it yet. She's going to need to string it together with something else, either in the setup or find another leg once she gets there. Jaffe's doing a good job with the wrists.
And how about Iowa? Maybe they've been bitten by the injury bug this postseason. We saw Valencia forfeit out of her bronze medal match. We watched Gonzalez heavily taped knee. Now we're watching Luft heavily taped knee.
Lots of heavily taped knees. Never what you want to see. But there's Luft looking for the inside trip. Again, she finds a drag into that high C, gets it this time.
She's got to shelf the leg.
The splits here almost by Jaffe. Doing a good job clawing her way back to find that crotch throw. Looking for her own counter here.
And Jaffe's got her hands locked now, which is putting additional pressure on the shoulders of Luft, making it hard for her to elevate the foot and finish. They're going stalemate here. They'll go back to their feet after a ton of work by Luft to get in deep on the single. Unable to finish. Still down 4.
Rule in command over on mat 3 in the 5th place match. And a tight 7th place match on mat 4.
Moffitt there on mat 4. Almost gets another 2, but is defended last second, kind of over rotates. 3-1, Moffitt. There's that shot again from that drag into the high C. Luft coming relentlessly now. Gets a shot clock point.
Well, you feel like Luft might have a little bit of magic in the bag here late.
She's starting to really find that kind of arm drag into that high C. She's got in really well once with it.
Jaffe just great motion. Low center of gravity, strong physical presence, dominant in the ties, holding center.
Yeah, her D's been strong, Jordan. Big time D.
Oh, wow, Luft finds the takedown.
Say that, takedown. She's got 8 seconds to try to get a turn.
She's got to let it fly here.
Looks for the lace, but unfortunately is gonna run out of time. We talked a lot about the matchups between Iowa and McKendree directly, and there's another one for McKendree.
We have a challenge brick thrown. I'm sure Iowa's looking for 4-point exposure there on that exchange.
How about a criteria check if she does get the 4th?
She would, I believe, go up 5-4.
Yeah, if she gets the 4 points here.
Here we go.
No.
Yeah, that's going to be 2. Both wrestlers on their knees. Awesome last-minute flurry there by Luft, but Haley Jaffe holds on.
Great work at 138. As we move on to 145.
Maddie Kubicki out on mat 2, has had a great tournament, is so fun to watch, so knowledgeable.
Yeah, great wrestler. Somehow she arrived in this tournament as the 8th seed and just slowly chipped away at a series of quality opponents. Her only loss of the tournament coming to #1 seed and undefeated Reese Laramendi of Iowa. Everyone else, she's beaten up.
It's been a great run.
Lots of pins, lots of tech falls through the tournament.
She's taking on Liv Weber of Simon Fraser, who's also a 7th seed. So we have a 7-8 seed here battling it out for 3rd place. You love to see those kind of tournament runs.
And remember, Weber down 10-1 to Scott Nicky of McKendree. Ended up with a fall while down 7 to win the match. Now in the bronze medal match against Kubicki, we'll see if she can pull off some late match heroics again here for bronze.
Yeah, Kubicki beat 6th seed Obermark to get into this bronze medal.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna do it again.
That, she finds a way again.
She is looking for the fall here, and it looks tight. It looks good. Lots of time on the clock. Honestly, if she just looks up, keeps seeing that pressure. Careful here. She doesn't want her chest to roll too far over. She needs the chest to kind of come back, act as a bulldozer to push that other shoulder down.
Sarah, this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Oh, and there's the confirmation. She's done it. Incredible for Liv Weber of Simon Fraser. 3rd place, 2 big falls.
Back-to-back pins over #5 Scott Nicky in the Conti semis and against Maddie Kubicki for bronze. Wow, 7th seed outperforms her seed and finishes with bronze. Watch her here, catches front headlock, and just is gonna run cement. Great defense, digs underhook, and just runs her down, uses her power, strength, good balance here. Notice she pushing on the elbow. Took her a few seconds once she'd arrived to just settle in, elevate head, and plant her shoulders.
Great technique there. That's there more often than you think. A lot of wrestlers forget that there's just a little tip over when someone's in on the shot like that. She did a great job and now finishes third at the National Championships.
Got a good one with Obermark. Zanicki here on mat 3.
Obermark with Criteria winning on that 5-5 match there on mat 3. We also have a 4-4 match on mat 4 with Haynes up on Criteria.
So 2 tie scores in theory. Read up by Criteria in both matches. Unique to freestyle wrestling, if the clock runs out and time expires with a tie score, there is no overtime. You'll notice on the scoreboard there's a tiny red line here in the arena under the name and score of the winning wrestler. And Scott Nicky wrestling from the crackdown defense position, but Obermark needs to lift the feet and gets exposure here.
Reminding you, 145 tonight, Lara Mendy versus Mir. That is going to be a great match.
It really is. They're 2 wrestlers who are just hunting for points always. So tough, so gritty, and very technically sound. I'm looking forward to it. Got Nicky in on a shot here. Obermark trying to defend, but she's already getting over the 2. There you go. She wisely bellies down.
Burma from Grand Valley State with a 2-point lead in the 7th place match.
Ref gives 4 there for the reroll. I think the table goes 2.
So 2 more points on the board for Scott Nicky. She clings to that chest wrap position. Haynes throwing double boots. Burma steps over, gets a reversal and an exposure, extending her lead. And now she's got an arm bar. She's out to the side. Look to her to run this thing. Nice double leg.
Gets 2 for the double. There's a challenge brick out there.
Coming up, the third place match at 160 will be Steigler from King and Gomez from McKendree. The fifth place match will be Daly and Collier. And seventh place match will be Gaffney and Curley.
I think Scott Nicky wisely waves off the challenge brick. But in that sequence, I believe some extra time ran off the clock.
I know the ref initially gave out 4, the table said 2. That's probably where that challenge brick came. I think they'll settle on 2. I believe red is challenged now. Of course, looking for 4. Meanwhile, on mat 4, Burma has a tight armbar here. Haynes trying to fight off her back. Time expires. Burma wins the match 15-7 for Grand Valley. And they do go for the double leg on mat 3 for Obermark to take the lead with 15 seconds left.
Scott Nicky's got to hurry. 7 seconds. Knee grab.
Wow. Oh. Big exchange there in the last 20 seconds for Obermark. 4-point double to win the match. Simpson's fired up.
Exciting end to 145 as we push on to 160. It'll be Steigler from King and Gomez from McKendree on the third place match. Daly and Collier. Daly from SHU, Collier from Presbyterian, the fifth place match. And Grand Valley's Gaffney against Simpson's Curley on mat 4.
Stiegler giving Olympic silver medalist Kennedy Blades all she could handle this morning in the semifinal. Looking to finish her season off with a victory. Gomez, however, is going to have something to say about that. Came into this tournament as a 2 seed. Was 27-2 on the season entering this tournament. Both athletes lost this morning in the semifinal. Won their consolation semi. And now here fighting for bronze.
Tonight it will be Blades from Iowa against Blaublitz from ESU in the 160-pound national championship match.
Daly right away comes out in this match with double unders. There on mat 3.
And Curley of Simpson comes out firing. She's got the arm bar and really close to getting the turn here.
I mentioned ESU a moment ago, talking about East Stroudsburg.
She does get her 2 Curley on mat 4 there. Gaffney fighting everything.
Gaffney's in trouble here.
That is tight and lots of time on the clock.
If you're Curley now, Unable to get the fall here, you want to try to slide your right leg off of Gaffney's head and sit to your hip, pinning the shoulders down. Notice how she's using her right hand. She's got the grasp on the bicep, holding Gaffney in place, and you've got a minute and a half left of this period. She's going to be fighting from a dicey position, trying to keep her season alive. Oh, nice outside step here on mat 2 by Gomez. Down 4-0, looking for her first points of the match.
Wow, great defense there by Stiegler. And there's that fall on mat 4 for Curley. Gaffney fighting for a really long time, but that was tight. Curley gets it done for Simpson. 2 big wins back to back there.
Curley, the 8 seed, will take home 7th place. Daly with a 2-1 lead on mat 3.
Daly likes that underhook. And here she's looking for a shot. Low commit.
More great defense from Stiegler.
Nice job by Stiegler there, avoiding going out of bounds. Really, her positioning and the way she's carrying her weight and her movement, that's what kept that match with Kennedy Blade so close. And she's doing a great job of it here.
Nice double leg on mat number 3. That's a 4-point finish for Kyler of Presbyterian. Makes the score 5-2. I love seeing unseeded wrestlers make it to the podium, Sarah.
It really is so cool. You just love the fight, right? It's a great story.
It just gives you hope. You know, you've got teams that are here that may have been beaten up a little bit throughout the season. No one's talking a whole lot about them, and it's hard to get them encouraged unless you first see it done by someone else. You know, Daly's going to provide inspiration for Sacred Heart and all the wrestlers that come behind her. All of her teammates are going to say, if she can do it, why not us? Got to imagine you'll see many more of their wrestlers back here next year.
Absolutely, it really is just like that. In 2016, Helen Maroulis was the first ever big throw down on mat 3 by Collier.
Dang.
Wow, wow, big throw, gorgeous.
Tables turn.
It's just like that. It really is just like that. Big win there. Let's see that again. Oh, she loaded herself up. Daly did.
Class
and
A
just
finish.
set it up. Really beautiful throw. But truly, to your point, what I was saying, Jordan, was when Helen Maroulis won, she was the very first United States woman to win the Olympics in 2016. And she was in my weight class that year. She ended up winning, so she had to go through me, beat me to do that. And I remember when she did it, I felt nothing but excitement, gratitude, happiness, and I can do this too. And 2 Olympics later, I did. So it really is something like that. Takes someone like that, just proving you can do it, you can be here, this can be you, and it sets the stage, opens the door for so much afterwards.
Just off the wall, amazing analysis from 2 legends, Jordan Burroughs and Sarah Hildebrandt, for both days, including tonight. Tonight's going to be cool because Sarah and I will be up here, and the most handsome man in the building, Jordan Burroughs, will be down right on the mats, but he'll also be part of us breaking it down. I mean, I'll tell you what, they're going all out as we make history here together. Tonight's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I'm a wrestling fan at heart, and so seeing some of these matchups this evening get me excited as Stiegler completes her comeback. 5-0 victory over the 2nd seed Gomez. And her only loss of the tournament coming to an Olympic silver medalist in Kennedy Blade. She's got to be proud of her performance this weekend.
Most definitely. What a great performance it was. I'm really excited to see where she goes from here, the improvements she makes, and if she can keep closing that gap on a wrestler like Kennedy Blades.
So now we move to 180. Is just 2 weight classes remaining before we clear out and get ready for tonight's national championship matchups. And 180, it'll be Lawson versus Renfro for the bronze medal. So Jordan, pre-COVID, I also did the sideline job for the ACCs, and Casper, who's now with the WWE, I had a nice suit on too, man. Not a Jordan Burroughs suit, but the dude picked me up with all his sweat, picked me up, lifted me up in the air like 8 feet. I still don't think that my suit's clean, you know?
Man, yeah, it's coming off of the mat, you're just, especially after a victory, to finish your season, there's just so much excitement. Being at the conference tournament in the ACC, I know Jacob Casper very well, wrestled at Duke, extraordinary wrestler, NCAA All-American. And man, I've given a lot of sweaty hugs over my career. Ruined a lot of shirts of my friends, family members, but it's always worth it.
I loved it. We still talked about it. He actually joined me for the call last year. And did I mention this yesterday, what he was wearing? Blue velvet shorts, blue velvet shirt that was down to the navel, and sunglasses for the entire show.
Style.
He's a superstar now.
He is.
I thought about the blue velvet today, Sarah, and then thought otherwise. Good decision?
Yeah, maybe so.
Thank
you know,
you.
Maybe for the finals, you know?
Shanita Lawson, 4 seed from North Central. Has had a great tournament as well. Her only loss coming to Kylie Welker in the semifinal. Wrestling really well this tournament.
Lawson beat Phillips from Gannon 4-1 to make it into the bronze medal match. Renfro beat Moore from Lockhaven 6-zip.
Renfro getting the takedown on Lawson to go ahead 2-1 with 30 seconds left. Looking for a lace here. This could be a big turn right at the end of the period. It looks like she's got it locked up, but Lawson defends. An injury scare there down on mat 4. The match is over, but it's good to see her back up, able to shake hands. Simon Fraser with the win. Paige Maher.
We talked about it yesterday, but let's remind everybody, Sarah, what you tried to get out of this 30 seconds or so spent in the corner.
Yeah, it's different for every wrestler. For me, I'm just more of a, hey, we're right here in the moment, awareness check. But for a lot of these girls, maybe it's a quick correction. Hey, let's circle left, let's circle right, keep your right hand down. Maybe you'll find your single here. Just a quick note that they can take out onto the mat. And then it's good to go back out there. A swig of water.
A swig. I would try to play the psychological battle, Sarah, in between my break. I some days wouldn't even drink water. There would be some competitions I'd be looking over at my opponent just in case he was peeking over at my corner. I wanted to show him I was tougher than he was because I wouldn't take a drink.
You're like, I don't even need water.
I didn't even want to walk to the corner. I just stayed in the center. Like, let's keep wrestling.
We're very different. I was like, if that water bottle is not open right next to me the second I get over there, we're going to have problems.
You're like, I can't even waste my energy holding on to the bottle. Just here.
Just pour it into my face.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Great pressure there on mat 3 by Phillips.
And when you don't bring many wrestlers to the tournament, it helps when one makes a really deep run.
Yeah, absolutely. And Phillips has had a great run, a great tournament.
Isabella Phillips, the 7th seed from Gannon, came in 31-7 on the season. She's had a great tournament so far. In the lead in her 5th place match. Scores identical on mat 3 and mat 2. So I feel like we're ushering in a new era for women's wrestling.
We definitely are. This is the beginning of a whole new stage for women. It's so exciting. More visibility, more opportunity. It only gets wrestling into the minds and opportunities for women everywhere. It's exciting. You know, I always say the more people who can get to wrestling, the better off the earth will be. Wrestling is one of those sports, just really, really elevates you.
Yeah, one of the more impactful experiences that I have now is as I've gotten older, where people will come to me and say, hey, you're the reason I started wrestling. They'll come and show me a picture of them and I when they were like 8 years old.
Wow.
And they're like, now I'm in the military, or now I'm a husband, a father, a family man, and wrestling changed my life. And I started because I met you. There's so many young ladies that you've inspired in this tournament that have watched you wrestle through your career, that have likely started wrestling, picked up a headgear because they met you or watched you at the Olympic Games. It's awesome to know you have that level of impact across the world.
No, that really, you're gonna get me crying here on the mic. I put mascara on today, be careful.
Well, here's what you gotta love though, Sarah, is you did all of that, but now they remember you winning that a couple years ago, but now they understand how big this moment is, and I'll tell you what, they've delivered.
Absolutely.
I feel like they have delivered in a big way.
Yes, they do, and I love that. These women, when they step on the mat, they're ready to show you what they're all about. They love this sport. They love that they have this opportunity, this stage to do this. They're not going to waste it by holding back. They're here to wrestle.
Muhammad Lawson celebrating another win for NC Central, as we are that much closer to the final weight class before we break and then return at 8 Eastern Time, 7 Central for the 2026 Women's Wrestling Championship. It'll be 10 individual winners and a team winner. We'll get you updated after we finish here at 2:07 on the team standings. So at 2:07, Osteen for Iowa, Chababo for Wartburg. These two met earlier in the quarterfinals. It was 2-1 in favor of Chababo. That wasn't that long ago, Sarah, and it was tight 2-1, so clearly they were doing a lot of what they're doing right now.
Yeah, Osteen loves that underhook. She loves to be in this under-over position, has a lot of knowledge here. Dropped the match earlier in the tournament. But you know what? There's something to that. Coming back, looking for vengeance.
In a rematch. Rematch. We love rematches. An opportunity to wrestle someone again. And Sarah, you know this more than anyone. It's really hard to beat someone more than once, particularly in the same weekend.
Very difficult thing to do.
And you've got to do it to make your world and Olympic teams twice in the same day.
Yes, it's a 2 out of 3 series to make world and Olympic teams. You got to take down someone 2 times. Osteen looking for points here to try and avenge her loss earlier in the tournament. But Chababo doing a great job fending it off, actually getting the push out.
Ward and Sakona on mat 3. Larson and Iona on mat 4.
Chababo picks up her second point. Passivity call. Penalty for Osteen, takes the 2-0 lead. As we head to the break here shortly.
Mat 3, one of the wrestlers just went back and signaled kind of a head check. So they have a little break, right? And it goes as long as it needs to go, right? Sarah, what's the deal on that?
Yeah, it looks like they'll just let her get taken care of what she needs to.
Yeah, she headed back to the locker rooms.
Yeah, concussion protocol. There's been some sort of head trauma. They'll take him back. They'll meet with a specialist or trainer. They'll give him a brief concussion test, and if everything checks out, they'll bring him back out to the mat and allow them to continue to finish up their match. Chababo, master of positioning. 2 of her victories in the first round in quarterfinals, both 2-1.
Look, she does this really well. Oh, nice slips there. Chababo, though, was finding that right at the end of period 1, that underhook, kind of this clench headlock. I really think she was locking something up there right before the period ended, and it looks like she's trying to get right back to it. Chababo going to be put on the shot clock.
Chababo on the clock. Doesn't have to do much here. Willing to concede the point. Not taking any unnecessary risk. Still holds the lead, 2-1. Whoa.
Iono, a Presbyterian. Big driving shot all the way off the mat.
Austin feeling the crowd behind her here at Extreme Arena, Coralville, just down the road from Iowa City.
We talked a little bit about Sacred Heart earlier with their All-American Daily. They've got another one here. Larson, who was the 7th seed. Josephine Larson came into the tournament 32-5. She's down in this 7th place match, but has a guaranteed spot on the podium regardless.
Remember the 5th place match featuring Sakona and Ward. There is a concussion protocol going on.
Austin has under 20 seconds here. Needs some more action to break through the solid positioning of Chababo.
Shot attempt by Austin, but defense just too solid.
Let's go. Wartburg's fired up. Chababo gets the bronze medal.
She's an intelligent wrestler. That's her 3rd 2-1 match, and I imagine they all went exactly the same way.
Yes.
Maybe a single push out, a single passivity point, and just so stellar defensively, no one has really found a way to get to her legs outside of her semifinal against